Hi guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be late, but such is life with a bunch of animals. So hopefully they behave themselves, but I doubt it. Can you guys hear me okay? My mic is working again, so I don't know if it was, well, it was working when I came in here, so I don't know if that was a spirit thing or not last time that I was on live. Okay. Weird, because it wasn't working when we ended the last live. So, hey, Midnight Noon, are you bracing for that storm? Stop. Hopefully you don't live into the area where it's going to be hitting hard. I heard it's going to be hitting on the west side. Yeah, I bet. That's why I can't live in Florida. I can't do the I can't do all that. I can't do all the hurricanes. And why I don't live anywhere where there's tornadoes or anything. I just can't do it. I don't know how you guys do it. The monsoons out here are bad enough for me. Yeah, the one that I posted in the group and on the wall, he's pretty good to watch. The way they show it, it's going to hit the west side of Florida. Stop. So, hey, Shazam. I'm running late today, and then, of course, you know, everybody's being a little crazy right now. Come on, guys. Yeah. Well, according to that guy, he said regardless, it's going to be a rough one. Yeah. No, thank you. No hurricanes for me. And people say earthquakes, but you don't get earthquakes yearly. I actually haven't been in a bad earthquake since, like, I was a kid. Is that the guy that I've been sharing? I don't know what his name is. I think it is. Yeah. Well, in my auto write, around the same time that I got Japan, well, I think it was in 6, Mexico earthquake, and then I got a bad hurricane for Florida, and I got the word ravaged. So hopefully it's not going to be too bad. But I wonder, is that the guy that I posted? Would you stop? I need to see because I don't remember his name, but I know that he seems really good. Yeah, Ryan Hall. Yeah, that's the one I posted. Yep. Yeah, he's pretty good. I just, you know what? I never watched hurricanes until or anything like that, but yeah, they had a really bad earthquake there, which is what I got. If you guys go back to the auto write, I think that was 6. So I did that at the beginning of the year. I need to do another one. I know. I just have not had the time and energy. I'm actually not feeling that great tonight, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So yeah, he is. I just found him because I usually don't watch the storm stuff, but I was paying attention to this one for because of what I got in the auto write, and then I know someone that lives in Florida, and I got his street name, and I don't know why. So I don't know if it has anything to do with it or not. Might not. Probably doesn't. Probably has something to do with something else. It might just be weird coincidence, but We were both kind of tripped out on that. Yeah, that's the one that I shared, Shazam, because I just started watching him. I just found him. But I'm not feeling too good. I don't know what's going on. We've got 6 planets in retrograde right now, so I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I just was feeling kind of run down, nauseous, hot. I don't know what's going on. So, I love what I do, but unfortunately, it's energetically draining. But, yeah, I know somebody that says she's going to Florida on Wednesday. I was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I was like, you need to reschedule that or something. And she's like, oh, we're going to go. I know. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be letting anybody in there. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the planetary alignment stuff. Yeah, she was like, we can't reschedule or whatever. And I was like, she's like, it won't be that bad. I'm like, okay, you're not going. You need to. They're not going to let you in that state. Kidding me? People are trying to leave it and you're trying to go there. So I'm trying to do a lot this week because I owe Pateron a couple readings. I'm trying to figure out something for memberships. I just don't know what yet. I don't have any great ideas for that, other than cases, which is energetically draining. So I'm trying to think of something I can do. It might just be like a fun live or something. And I might do a giveaway of some kind for members. I'm thinking about that. I might do a giveaway for like a free 20-minute reading for like members or something. I'm thinking about it. But 1 second. Give me that. Did I get all? You know what? Give me that bottle. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm just trying to do live readings for donations tonight. Got it. So I haven't been working very much, and gotta feed my tribe. But I know it's a late live, so I don't even know how good it's gonna do. If I don't get people on here tonight, then I don't know. Maybe tomorrow earlier in the day. I'm actually probably going to be doing a lot this week on here because I don't have a lot of readings scheduled, and I unfortunately have a lot of bills and stuff coming up, and I've got to feed these kiddos. So even though I'm not feeling the best, it's got to be done. So, and there's a couple cases I need to work. There's private stuff I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know why I don't feel good. I just feel drained. And I don't know if that has something to do with the planetary alignment or not. But 6 planets in retrograde is it's a lot. When you're sensitive, I think we pick up on it a little bit more. So all the time I do, but energetically, it's just what it is. This work is very draining, and sometimes I tend to overdo it because I have no choice between, building my YouTube and building my business and basically work to live. So like anybody, it's just a little more draining in a different way. It's like, there's a difference in feeling tired and a difference in feeling energetically drained. And when you do this work, it's super draining in a different way because they sort of use our energy. And also things like the planets and stuff going on in the world and all that can have an effect as well. So there's times where I feel a lot of energy and I'm able to get a lot done. And then there's times where I'm just totally trying to make up for using too much of my energy. Especially cases. Cases are more draining. People don't realize, and I'm not really sure why that is. I don't know if it's the heaviness that comes along with it. But when you're doing readings on cases, it's more draining than like a regular reading. It's hard to explain. It takes more out of me. And again, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the heaviness or, the fact that it's heavier than a regular reading. I don't really know. I just noticed the difference. So, although the reading I did tonight was not a case and I did not feel good afterwards. So, I think it's just a lot of different stuff. So, I don't know, hopefully we get a couple readings tonight. And if people don't want private readings, I would do a case for a donation as well. So just whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, there is a lot going on in the world right now. It was kind of crazy because it was like in my auto writes, it was like things were happening in order, and that usually doesn't. Usually my auto writes are kind of all over in terms of timing, but it was in order. It was like minimum 25 is the donation for reading. So, but it was kind of weird because it was like, yeah, I know. And I have so many cases I need to work, and I have private cases that people have messaged me about. I have like 5 cases going on right now at this moment. And that's actually a lot. I don't like to do that because I feel like they can crisscross too easily. The Collier case is kind of, I'm like, oh, that's like an interesting one. I'd like to do a reading on that one. But the Lucen kid, I've got a few visions on that. I did a private reading for Dylan. I don't know if it was helpful or not. I'd like to release it, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't want anybody catching on to where we're looking or if I'm close to where he may be. So the readings that I do on here is you can choose spirit from intuitive guidance or mediumship. So intuitive guidance, I work off of questions. I don't usually pluck stuff out of thin air. That's just not how my gifts work, really. I mean, it is when it comes to auto writing and things like that. But when I'm channeling like this, I work off of questions. And the questions, it's almost like how I connect to spirit. Some people will use a picture or whatever. If someone's alive, I don't really go off of a picture. I go off of their questions. And then I communicate with their guides and I get the guidance or answer for you. So there's that. And then there's the mediumship, was his deceased loved one or pet. But you would click the link. I will have to put the invite link on here. You would click the link and you would come on and you would validate as we would go. I do explain kind of how I work before I start doing readings. I mean, you do not have to show your face. You can just do your voice. Oh, crap. But if you've watched my other ones that I've put on there, I mean, I have a playlist for the lives, and then I have a playlist for the ones that we've split apart or, split up and posted on the channel. What the heck is happening here? I'm trying to go in YouTube to pin that on the top, and it did something weird. I don't know why I'm incognito. It's weird. So that's kind of how it works. But yeah, if you guys haven't watched the world events playlist, I would suggest that you guys do that, because there's a lot of stuff that I stated that is happening right now, and it's like I was saying, it's weird. It's kind of in order. It's even kind of tripping me out a little bit because of the order that it's happening in. Like, I got Georgetown and Delphi, and I guess the hurricane just ravaged an island named Georgetown. And since everything is going on with Delphi, that's why I think I got it. I mean, it could have a different meaning. I just thought it was weird. Well, the reason why I don't like to do it that way on the lives is because people don't read the chat, and then it looks like I'm talking to myself, and it doesn't really get validated. I mean, you could do it that way, but it kind of sucks for people that watch it, because they really don't watch the validations. You know what I mean? I mean, they don't read the chat, I should say. It's kind of like, okay, you know how Matt Frazier does his? We're doing something similar to that. When people get readings, and it also is a video to put on my channel to kind of, show people how I do readings and stuff like that. We used to do them that way before I got StreamYard, but the whole point of StreamYard was to bring people on and do it. Just because people are like, you're talking to yourself, and I don't know what's right and what's wrong on what you're getting, kind of thing, unless they're sitting there reading the chat. Yeah, Shazam will say, get up and go to another room. Oh my God. And I'm probably only going to do a couple tonight, but I will be doing more this week. And then I also offer private readings. So if that's something that you're interested in, my 20 minutes start at $40, so it's not too bad. What is going on here? I wonder if it's because it's on that. Yeah. Hey, cat. No, don't hit my thing. Can you guys still hear me? I'm worried she's gonna freaking mess this up. I haven't even heard of that name. You guys can still hear me, right? My cat didn't just mess up my speaker. No, Rose. I don't even know who Kendrick Johnson is. I have so many on my plate right now. I just got emailed another private case, and they're like desperate, and I want to help them. I just don't know when I can get them in, because I also have a couple of private readings this week too. Okay, thank you, McDanny, for telling me that, because my cat hit it, and last time my audio went out, and we thought maybe it was because the cat hit it, or we didn't know if it was spirit or if my mic was messing up on me. It was kind of weird because it happened twice, and we were talking about Dylan. So maybe it was spirit because it worked fine when I plugged it in today. It's really odd. I've never had my audio go out like that. Hey, stop being like that. Jesus. So, Linda Keene says, "Oh, what a sweet, sweet person you are." I already did a reading on Felicia Johnson. I already have a location for her that I told her aunt. So my reading on Felicia Johnson, which I was seeing through the killer's eyes, so I didn't really see what he looked like. I was seeing the driver that took her there. Anyways, I did it on my podcast, so you can find that on Spotify. And I had a dream about Waverly, and it turns out that he Googled, and Waverly went on for like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, showed me. I heard Waverly and I saw like all this green. It turns out that the guy that they feel did it Googled the largest forest in Texas, ended up being the Sam Houston National Forest, which is right next to Waverly. And I told the aunt this, and I don't know. So I've already done a reading on her, but that's where I feel she is. So, oh, well, midnight noon is okay. Hi, Shelly. So midnight noon is wanting to gift a reading to someone. So we can gift it to someone personally, or we can do a case, whatever you guys want to do. If someone really wants a reading or really needs a reading, it'll be the first person to click that link and get on here. It's been gifted from midnight noon, so thank you, midnight noon. And then you can get a private reading, or you guys can choose a case, whatever. She gifted it for whatever reason. So thank you for doing that, midnight noon. You just fed my dogs for a week. So Danielle, the minimum is 25. I don't know. I don't know, Shelly. All I know is what I got in the readings for her. Okay. So Danielle Goodwin, normally the minimum is 25, but I'll do it for you. Since it's not a mediumship thing. Is there some like is she distant? Yeah, I have no idea, you guys. Unless I channel, I don't know. And at the same time, I had a lot of drama with her case. Not a lot of help. I had, it's hard. I did 2 readings on her, and I felt at one point she was alive. I don't know anymore. But I was just gonna ask you, McDanny, what's up with the communication if you guys aren't communicating anymore? Do you know if she has a new man in her life? There's a reference to a new male friend or a new male in her life. I don't know if it's someone that she's talking to, or what, but yeah. So there's that. that's coming in. I feel like she's either seeing someone or talking to someone, but there's a male they keep talking about. But also, there seems to be some issues going on in her life. Um, she's got a lot going on. But also, yeah, I was getting the communication. I don't know if it's something that you said in your last conversation. I would I was I was just going to say there's something maybe in your last conversation I would go over because I feel like there was something like a nerve that was hit or something wrong that was said like within the last two conversations that you had with this person. And I don't think it's you. I think maybe it's the way she took it. I had someone ghost me for no reason whatsoever, really. Um, and so sometimes you just don't know. Uh, but I feel it's a lot of different reasons. Like I keep getting something about the last two conversations that you guys had, where something was said and maybe it irked her wrong or she took it wrong. She took it the wrong way, which is easily done. Um, and then there's a reference to some new guy that she's talking to. Um, and then there's a reference to just her life and being busy and having a lot going on. So there seems to be a lot of different things that are going on with that. Now, when it comes to fixing relationships, that's all on free will. Okay, so we all have soul contracts that we have with people when we come to earth. There's things that we've got to go through with them. There's lessons. And usually if people leave our lives, it's because they're no longer vibrating on our level. So sometimes the low vibrational beings will just kind of fall out of our life because we're vibrating a lot higher. And although it's hard to lose that kind of friendship, and it's hard to lose a friendship, I know it's happened to me. I lost a friendship of like 20 years over nothing. So I know it's hard and it's heartbreaking. It's one of those things where if it's if it's for your highest good, it'll be there, and if it's not, it won't. So usually people get kicked out of our life when they no longer serve our highest good, but also they're not vibrating on the same frequency, right? So we like the people that are here, you guys are probably vibrating on my frequency, or you wouldn't like me, or you wouldn't want to, watch me and things like that. Me and Shazam were really good friends, so we're vibrating together. But when you're not getting along and when things kind of mismatch and fall apart, it's because you're no longer vibrating together. So that will have to do with free will as far as if she's going to fix it or not. But what I would do is reach out to her and ask her what's going on. If she doesn't answer you and if she doesn't reply to you, then just let it go, unfortunately, because you can't make people be in your life and you can't make them be your friend. And as much as it hurts your heart, you have to know that it's happening for a reason. People leave our lives because we're being protected. I always say rejection is protection and a redirection. So we get protected sometimes by people getting kicked out of our life. There's a lot going on with her, and it might even be even some deeper things. So there's some stuff going on with her life, like I was saying. I know it is sad, and like I said, I lost a couple friends that I had for a very long time, and it's just they're just not vibrating with me anymore, and it hurts. It breaks your heart, right? But when you let people go, there's other people that will replace them that will be better for you, that will vibrate with you. So just give her some time. Um, and that's if she's not ready to talk, then there's a lot going on with her. Okay. And I feel like there's family, there's a lot going on with her family. There's a lot going on with her personally. So, you can't make people talk and you can't make them be your friends and you can't, you know what I mean? So you're just going to have to let her go and she'll reach out when she's ready to, if she's ever ready to. Just let her know that, she's always got a friend in you if she ever needs to talk to you, and leave it at that. I mean, it's not good to force things, you know what I mean? Because sometimes people deal with things a different way. I do feel like there's some grief going on with her, but I'm not really sure exactly what that grief is. But there is some sadness going on with her as well. There just seems like there's a lot of chaos around her. So maybe it's good that you're not in her life right now so that you're not in that chaos situation. You know what I mean? Um, That's what I would do, and it's hard, but usually, there'll be other people that come in that vibrate on your level. And like I lost before I met Shazam and going somewhere, I I was working with other people. They straight up stabbed me in the back. And I realized, it hurt me, but they were no longer part of my path. They were no longer part of my journey, and they weren't vibrating with me anymore. And it took a while, but now, I made a couple friends, and they're true friends. Like, I don't feel like me and Shazam would ever really butt heads over anything. I hope we wouldn't, because we have the same thought process and the same things going on, and we know that we can be open and honest with each other. And that's what you have to have in a friendship, is being open and honest with each other. And sometimes if somebody just drops off the face of the earth like that, like, what kind of friendship is that anyways? Really, do you mean that much to them if they're going to do that to you? So I'm not trying to lecture. Whatever I say is spirit guided, and Shazam's already heard this from me. I've told her that it's their loss and you're being protected. So it's not me lecturing you. This is your guides lecturing you of what kind of relationship is that. If they're going to if they're going to just fall face your, like, mine just blocked me out of nowhere. Like, we went on a trip, we came back, and I just got blocked. And everything was my fault. So I was like, okay, cool. You couldn't even talk to me like a friend. Friends and people that care about you should talk things out. You guys should be able to communicate with one another. And communication is important in any relationship, whether it be family relationship, friend relationship. You know what I mean? Oh, I know. Trust me. It is hard to find solid women friends. Like I said, I've been stabbed in the back multiple times. And with this person, I've known her for 20 years. I knew her from freaking high school. And she was my best friend. And then one day she just blocked me. And that broke my heart. I still think about her sometimes, but it's just, unfortunately, we're not vibrating like that anymore. We're not vibrating together anymore. And that's her loss. And so it's hard. It is hard, but you will. And usually if someone leaves, someone better will pop in, which is what happened with me. I have really two good friends now, and they, yep. You die with one good friend, you're lucky. I actually can tell you that I don't have any friends that I had when I was younger. Like, I have one, but she's not, like, we went to high school together, but we just talk every now and then, like on Facebook and with posts and stuff. Like, we don't really actually talk and have like a friendship. And then, I have Mike, who's been on here. He's a really good friend of mine, but we don't talk a lot. Like, we're not like close. So I have not had a full lifetime friend. And I always look at people's friendships, sometimes the ones that like have really good friends that they hang out with and they're together all the time. And it's like, man, I wish I would had that, because it's been a long time since I've had a friend like that. It's hard. It is hard. But women are so, like, they're just weird, a lot of them. Not you guys, but you know how it is. And sometimes they get into their own lives, and sometimes they get into their own relationships, and sometimes, but you're gonna attract who you're meant to attract. And if it's a good relationship, then there will be communication, and you won't be wondering what's going on with her. If she doesn't want to talk, there's probably something going on in her life, or something that's going on with you, like you and her. Like, they keep going back to the last two conversations you had. So I don't know. I don't know what conversation you guys had, but there's also, like I said, personal stuff. I keep getting personal situation. Like, there's personal stuff going on. And sometimes people, if they're grieving, they're having a hard time, they do block themselves off from the world, and they do block themselves off from people. I do that sometimes, where I just, like, don't talk to people. So, it relationships end if they're supposed to, and usually if one door closes, another opens, and that's with anything in life. And if you are rejected, then it's for your own protection. That's why I try to tell people. So, like Shazam said, she lost a friend of 14 years, and a month after that, wait, yeah, a month after meeting me, I told her all this stuff already. Very similar stuff came in for her, because that's just the way it is. So, and you have to have boundaries on what you're willing to put up with friendships, relationships, whatever they may be. So, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't push her because you can push people away and you can bug people, but you could just be like, I just want to know that you're okay. Just, check on her and be like, I just need to know you're okay because I care. And you don't have to talk about anything. You know what I mean? Just say, you don't have to talk to me about anything. I just want to know if you're okay. Because sometimes that's what people need, is just to kind of know that people care enough to just know that they're okay, not necessarily go into a deep conversation about it. And then you can tell her, we can talk about whatever you want whenever you want, and then just leave it at that. Don't bother anymore. If she cares enough, she'll come around. You know what I mean? Hopefully I didn't just turn off my mic again. Yeah. I'm the same way, Shelly. I am a non-confrontational person, and I got hurt a lot. Like, there's people that I really trusted. There was one I knew for a few years, and I thought like we were literal soul sisters. And one day she just quit talking to me because of something that happened with someone else that had nothing to do with her, and it was a bunch of bullcrap. Anyways, and I have been hurt a lot by women, but I just have to kind of just let it go. So the couple of friends, like, I don't have any friends that I hang out with personally. All of my friends are across the world on the internet. Which is hard sometimes, but at the same time, I'm a very hermit. I'm a hermit type person. I don't like to go out and hang out with a bunch of people and stuff. Like, I met one person here, we hung out a couple times, and then I don't know what happened to her. I messaged her not long ago and didn't hear back. So, it happens. But it's hard. It's definitely hard. It's hard when any kind of it's hard when any kind of relationship ends, whether it be a friendship, a family member, a husband, a boyfriend, any kind of relationship that ends, you're going to get hurt because it's basically you're grieving. When any relationship ends, you grieve that relationship, even if they're still alive. So you just have to let yourself feel the feelings and just know that it's for your protection. But like I said, I feel like she's going through a lot right now, and sometimes people don't like to push their problems on other people, and they don't like to talk about things, and some people are like that. So just give her, do what I said, and then just give her space, and respect that she doesn't want to talk about it. But just let her know that you care and you want to know if she's okay, because sometimes people get into a depression or a funk, and it can go kind of far. You know what I mean? Like, they say they're okay, and they just don't want. That's why they don't want to talk about it, because they're in this depression and funk. But really, they just need to know that somebody cares. Sometimes they just don't want anybody to know what they're going through. And so I would just make sure she's okay. Because I feel like when I get into her energy, my brain is all over the place. Like, I'm scattered. So I feel like there's a lot going on. So I would just, I'd give her space. I wouldn't force her to talk about anything or anything like that. Wouldn't force her to be your friend. Just let her know that you just care and that you just want to know she's okay. That's what Spirit's saying to say. Hopefully that was helpful. I go off on tangents. I apologize. Yep. You're welcome. Yep. See, like, going somewhere says, I agree with that. That just let her know that, just let her know you're there. I freaking got a headache all of a sudden. You're welcome. So let's see. We have a donated reading to anybody that wants a reading. So does anybody want a reading? Or I don't know. Nobody wants a reading. I guess we could work a case, but it's up to you guys. Maybe you do. Goats are cool. I love my goats. A little pain sometimes, but nah, not my goats. My goats aren't a-holes. My goats are good goats. Well, the two girls are still, because they're still like, when I got them, they were so skittish. They just like, they thought I was trying to eat them or kill them or something. Um they freaking did not want to come near me at all. And now they're getting to where they come up to me and they'll smell my hand and stuff like that, but they won't let me pet them. So they're getting there, but they're like, some goats, I guess, just, with my goats, I dealt with them from when they were babies. I handled them from when they were born. And like Eugene was bottle fed. So um those ones are very sweet. I can pet them all I want. Lucy let me pet her the other day because I've had her for a couple years, and now she's not a really lovey-dovey goat, but she lets me pet on her. They do have names. Well, so I have Eugene, my son. Okay, so my son named Eugene and Lucy. Those were the two original goats that I got, and they were his FFA project. So those ones are like older names, like Eugene and Lucy. And then I named their two babies, Lunar and Lumi, because they were born on a full moon, so I wanted a moon something, and they start with L like Lucy. And then the two new ones that I have are Fawn, because when I got her, she took off running and she reminded me of a deer, like how she ran. She looked like a deer. And then the other one was Lily, because that name was in my head forever and it would not go away. And so I named the goat Lily. And then that horrible case with the little girl, Lily, happened. So, but the two like older names was Eli, was my son named him that because they were his goats to start off with. Do you have any cortisone going somewhere? Put some cortisone on. So the donation is 25 minimum. I don't know where that comment went. I want a donkey too. Well, they're good, but they're not. Sometimes they actually hurt goats. It just depends on the donkey. They're good to warm predators, but they don't do much unless they're out in the field. So I would do cortisone. Or some kind of itching thing. Benadryl cream, maybe. I don't know. I get that on my feet, but I have flip flops and I think there's things in the grass. So it's 25 donation, but there is one that somebody donated that I have yet to do. So Shelly, if you want to take that reading, you just hit the link at the pinned top and come on. You do not have to show yourself. You can just do your voice if you want to. You don't have to show your person. Everything. Oh, it was going across the screen. 1 second. All of that on the screen. It could be. I'm drinking ginger ale because I was like so nauseous earlier. I don't really feel that nauseous anymore, but it was weird. Shazam, I'm gonna have to turn off my notifications. Oh, I thought they were off. No, apparently not. Notifications, or the sound was down, not the notifications. Maybe you should go to the doctor. Okay, I can't talk to you guys and right now. They're having a conversation without me. I'm gonna feel left out. Cause Shelly is gonna come on. I guess she's gonna do the donated reading. I'm gonna bring her on in just a minute. I didn't even clear before I did that other one. Getting a freaking headache. I don't know if this belongs to somebody with you, Shelly. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So I have a friend, and everything you said before about being hurt and backstabbed for no reason.
Yeah.
So I recently had that happen to me, and I'm a non-confrontational person, but and I can pay you for this too. It's no problem.
Well,
But
someone donated a reading unless, you want something else done afterwards. It's fine.
well, I'm trying to find Lena Cahill too because she's in my area, but
Yeah, I was working with someone and they decided to stab me in the back on that case and spread a bunch of lies.
wow, about Lena or about
Yeah, they came
what?
on. They befriended me. I'm psychic, but I don't know everything.
But
Unfortunately,
I
I'm not
believe
really.
you. I
I'm not
go.
really.
I'm like programmed myself on the map, and I was like going to go out and look for her.
Well, I see.
Crazy.
I don't know everything. I wish I did. I'm not really good at reading people. That's how I get hurt so much. Is I'm not really good at reading like, what their intentions are and stuff with me because I get blinded thinking everybody's a good person.
Yeah.
And so I had done the first reading, I think, and then she contacted me and she was like, "Oh, I'm in the area. I want to go look and blah blah blah." And she like became my friend.
Yeah.
And so she was like saying she wanted to go look for her and all this, and then she was really just like taking screenshots of what we were talking about. And I think she like shared them and then she blocked me and then I don't know. Um she was
Wow.
basically trying to befriend me just to stab me in the back, and she wasn't really looking for Lena. Not for Lena,
And she
Lena.
wasn't in San Antonio.
Yeah.
She was in San Antonio, or was not.
The lady,
Yeah.
she was in San Antonio, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that, but
So, it made me stop for a while on
yeah,
her case, Um, and
she's
I
still
sometimes
missing.
I know sometimes I try not to do too many readings on it because I feel like I get further away from location if I do that sometimes. It just depends on the reading. You know what I mean?
Well, the
Um,
parents feel like she's not there not here in San Antonio. So the parents feel like she's gone, like out of the country, out of the state. But I wanted to go back there, and you said, should I do another reading? But I haven't gone there because I didn't know, you know.
yeah. Um, well, that one, I don't know. It was hard because now I'm wondering if, like, her being in the chat when I was
Yeah,
doing
that
the
might
reading, did it sway
have.
things a little bit? Because that can happen. We can pick up on others' thoughts and things like that. But we're noticing my first readings are most accurate.
Yes, and I've
When I
been
do
going.
this.
I watched it like 10 times.
Yeah. So we're noticing when I work cases, usually the first one is because I go in not knowing anything. After the first reading, we start looking for areas and we start looking for other things. And I think sometimes it may lead the reading, not completely necessarily, but we just feel like, okay, for instance, in Stephanie Parze, I had her location in the first reading, but I kept trying to get more and get more and get more, and I got further away from her location.
Yeah.
So because I started picking up on other spirits. So it's like the harder I try, the more interconnects I get, the more other spirits I get. It's hard to
And then
explain.
it
So
gets confusing.
yeah, so I had her location, but because I didn't know I had it and I kept trying, I got further away from it. And so I mean, I don't know. At the time I really did feel like she was alive. I don't know yet. Unless I did another reading, I wouldn't know.
I don't know either, but I when I researched it and I found a house, and the trucks were the same that you had shown, the white truck with, like a business kind of
Yeah.
business truck with all the equipment in the back and all that. I saw that in the Google Maps, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check that out. And you said, I don't know if she's there anymore, so I wasn't sure.
Well, I was saying I don't know if, I don't know if she's there. That lady had me second guessing everything.
Oh gosh, but you said in your reading, you said there was a lady involved too.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I mean, like I said, that reading I feel is accurate, but people get in my mind when they start telling me things, you know what I mean? I start second
Yeah,
guessing, and I know I probably shouldn't, but I'm human, so I second guess. So
yeah.
she had me kind of second guessing the whole first reading and the whole second reading. But I think the first reading is most accurate, but
Yep, I found it.
for some reason
I think I found the house.
I didn't think she was like deceased in the first reading. Like I felt like she was being taken care of. But what the weird thing is that for some reason like something came up with the parents. Like I don't, and it wasn't necessarily that it was because of them. I was just picking up stuff that maybe, they had ticked off their country or ticked off someone in their country.
They're Afghani refugees,
Mhm.
and I've even given furniture to organizations who. So the Afghani soldiers, well, the Afghani people, whoever got to come here
Mhm.
before everything was taken over by the Taliban, is they're here. A lot of them came here,
Mhm.
and we donated furniture and everything to them. And
Yeah.
I I just feel like I just hope she's still here, honestly, because she's
Yeah.
so sweet. But
Yeah.
anyway, my call in tonight was from my friend who just like she just backstabbed me and disinvited me to her birthday party and all this, and I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm blocked on Facebook and everything, and I can't figure it out.
It's the same
You
exact
know,
thing that happened to me.
okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing, okay? I sat down with her and her husband, and I said, Brandon, your son is gay, okay? And you, as a Christian family, won't accept him as gay. You think there's something wrong with him, and we need to love him. We need to accept how he feels because it's real. And they think it's not real. So maybe when I said that to her like that, like she turned everything off to me.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But honestly, it's from a perspective of I've watched Dr. Phil and all the research on suicides, and the LGBTQ, they are they have a 80% chance of suicide if their family doesn't accept them. And I only wanted to say that to her. out of care and concern, that
Mhm.
if you don't accept your son, you know, we care about Brandon. We don't want anything to happen to him, you know?
Well,
So maybe I pissed her off so much
yeah,
that
I mean, you probably did. Maybe she thought you were stepping on toes and sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, although you know you were doing it for the
exactly.
right reason, and you were doing it for the right reason. And
Yes, I was.
unfortunately, when people are Christian, um, they are judgmental. Even though God says thou shalt not judge, they are judgmental. They think that it's supposed to be man and woman. They think the Bible forbids it. And that's because everything about that religion is not, I can't really say everything, but a lot of things about that religion is not accurate.
No, it's not. And I told Brandon, I said, if you come here, you can stay here. It's a safe place.
Yeah,
But I
because
feel
I
like
mean
he's
there's
trapped.
many
I feel like he's trapped.
the reason why people come here and like they're gay or whatever is, for one, that's part of their blueprint and the lessons that they chose to go along with it. That can be one reason. The other reason can be is that they had a lot of lives as the other sex. And so they come
Yeah.
here and they're a little confused, you know.
He's not confused.
No,
I
but I mean the
promise
soul
you.
being confused and,
Yeah.
being
At
wanting to,
first, yeah.
yeah, because like say he was probably a girl a lot of lifetimes, so now he's a boy
Yes.
and he's
Yes.
just like, he's got all these feelings for,
Boys.
so it, yeah.
And I love
So
him. I told him, I said, you are beautiful and they need to just love you anyways. And I'm here to help you if you need to come here for a safe place. And his dad and mom, my friends, told me that I'm wrong, that it's none of my business, and that being gay is wrong. That's what they said to me.
I mean, it's not wrong. The thing is that people don't
It's
understand
not.
is you're loving their soul. Okay? There's no color to a soul, there's no sex to a soul, there's no age to a soul. You're in love with the soul. And usually if they're meant to meet, they're going to meet. Whether it be, if I were to meet a woman that I truly fell in love with, I would be in love with their soul. It's not
Exactly.
the fact that,
It's the
she's a
person,
woman
it's
or
not the
anything like that. It's
sex.
the person.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't look at, which you would think Christians being God loving would, because God does not, he's not condemn anybody for
No.
who they love, you know. That's a lot of what the Bible was written by man, and unfortunately religion has all these messed up rules that aren't accurate rules.
And
um
I was very serious when I said that the statistics of
uh-huh.
suicide go up 80% when you're not accepted by your family. And I took a
Well,
brave route and sacrificed my friendship or whatever
but that's
because
a good thing though, because for one, it tells you a lot about her. Okay.
yeah,
And obviously she's
she's
not vibrating at the same wavelength as
no,
you are.
no,
But
she's not.
also now this kid knows that he has somebody in you. So at least he knows he's not alone. At least he knows he's accepted.
Yeah,
And unfortunately it's not by his parents, but at least, at least you're there for him.
yeah.
Um so it's sad. I get so irritated at people when they become off judgmental and they don't love their kids for who they are or who they love. I don't care if my son liked another guy that was purple. Um it wouldn't matter to me. That's his decision, his choice, his life,
Exactly.
and he's gonna live it the way he's gonna live it anyways. You can't sit here and control what everything does all the time. Everybody
They
does all the
can
time.
they cannot
It's
control what he does.
Yeah,
And I
it's
just
not
want
their
them
life.
to
It's not
accept
their
it,
choices and
acknowledge
decisions.
it, and love him anyways.
Yeah.
I was trying to bring that out, and her husband was like, "Well, it's absolutely not biology." And I'm thinking, "What?" I feel like maybe it is biology. I don't know, but it's who he is, you
Yeah.
know? Whether it's biological or not, it's who he is inside.
And that's the thing. You have to love your kids for who they are and accept them for who they
Mhm.
are. That's part of being a parent. You can't shun your kids because they're not who you want them to be.
And I think at that point, our friendship started to wane.
Yeah.
And she's been very fake with me and not responding to text messages, or she's not wanting to like get together with me.
Mhm.
And I feel like I did what I did, and I don't feel ashamed for it because I was trying to do something right to save his life. And because it's very serious. It's not like I was just saying something out of nothing,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm just very hurt that
Well, I think you did the right thing because she needs to be told that. That's the
Mhm.
thing. Is and you sacrificed your friendship for it, but that's her problem.
Yeah.
It's not
But
your problem.
I feel like she's going to love him because she's a very loving person inside, but she puts up these walls and she compartmentalizes her relationships. Well, I got to do this with this kid. I got to do this with this kid. And
Yeah.
I'm busy. I'm busy. No, I can't get together. No, I can't get together. And I'm thinking, you're just bypassing the issue
Mhm.
with Brandon, her son. And the husband, he is so emphatic that it's wrong, wrong, wrong. 'Cause I'm in Texas. Hello? What am I going to do to sway him? I can't do anything, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, like going somewhere says, I mean, she's closed-minded, unfortunately, like a lot of
Yep.
this is not to say things about bad things about all Christians or anything like that, but a lot of them are closed-minded and a lot of them are closed-minded and a lot of them are judgmental. And it's sad. And
Yes.
they do the same thing to psychics and mediums and they sit there and say, "The Bible says you're not supposed to do that." Excuse me, who was Elijah and all of God's prophets?
Well, all the psychics I listen to pray to God first.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. And there's prophets in the Bible. So
There
exactly,
are.
what are you guys saying? The Bible is so misunderstood. It's really taken out of context a lot of the time.
Well,
But
also,
God wouldn't have had prophets, you know what I mean?
the way that women were treated was a lot different. Back in the day, like thousands of years ago, women weren't respected. They had to hide themselves, cover their face, not
Yeah.
wear ornaments, jewelry, no makeup, nothing, just cover their faces. And
Yeah.
like
And
times have changed since then.
like like
We have
going
a
somewhere
voice.
says, she says, and then it's best when they say it's bringing in the devil. Okay, how is helping people bringing in the devil? How is helping people heal from things and helping them go through life? And
Yeah.
a lot of the times, I mean, we have a closer relationship to spirit than these people do. So it drives me crazy.
So do
Thank
you
God
think
the world's
it might
becoming more
be the
open-minded about things, but
you
there's
think that,
still,
yeah.
unfortunately, this was a lesson that Brandon chose to go through with his parents. There is a lesson in it for him. There's a lesson in it for them. It's their soul contract, and you
But why
know,
not be happy that he's gay? Why not?
because that's their lesson, and that's not what they were taught. That's not the norm. So that's part of the lessons that they have to go. That's something they have to learn, that it is okay, and
I
sometimes they
know.
will, sometimes they won't. That's their free will decisions, but hopefully they do. But at least, in the meantime, he has you. Um, and she probably won't like that, but oh well, because it's his choices and decisions, I'm sure.
So you think that might be the root of it right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was more, you kind of stuck your nose in where it doesn't
I
belong
know.
and you didn't have
I
a right to
did.
say that, and
Oh,
how dare you tell her what to do and how to be a mom and what to believe, you know what I mean, that kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you
I
don't
know
need
that.
closed-minded people like that anyways.
Well, I said it because I honestly, like, God told me,
Mhm.
accept him, love him. He is who he is. He's gay. Accept it.
Yeah.
And they need to do it or they might lose him. So that might be
Yeah, I
it.
mean, it's hard enough for kids or anybody to admit that they're different in any way, especially when it's not the norm, you
Right?
know. And they can't help who they are and what they like and all of that. That's just, we have to accept people for who they are.
And he's in a very strict Christian family. And
Yeah.
so he feels kind of torn because he's having these thoughts and feelings, and that's who he is. And then it goes against every fiber of how he was brought up.
Yeah. Which unfortunately is a tough lesson, it's gonna be it's part of something that they decided to go through together, But I mean, I think if I was you, I probably would have done the same thing, honestly, because I can't keep my mouth shut when it comes to things like that.
Yeah,
So
I did not keep my mouth shut. And I'm usually non-confrontational, but when it came to Brandon, I was like, no, 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 no.
yeah, I'm not confrontational either. But when it comes to like beliefs that I have or things like that, I'm the same way. I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth shut. So
And I just have to sacrifice that for
yeah,
his benefit. Okay.
and maybe one day she'll come around and maybe one day she won't. But you're vibrating a much higher than she is, anyways, because you're an open-minded person. Unfortunately, people like this, they want to say that they're this good people, but their actions
Yeah,
are
and like
something
her crap
different.
doesn't stink. Her
Yeah.
crap doesn't stink. Like she's holier than thou. Oh, I got a church camp. I got to go do this. Whenever I would ask her to do things, oh, I have to go to church camp. I have to be a counselor. I have to go to my son at, you know, at A&M. I have to move him in. I got to go see my parents. It was always some excuse not to get together with me.
Yeah. Well, God is a loving,
Hurt
non-judgmental
me.
person.
It hurt
Or
me a lot.
being person. He was a
Yeah.
person at one time. But God is a non-judgmental, loving being. And
Yeah.
all of his children, we're all created equal in his eyes. So that's why I don't understand why the people that go to church claiming to love God and to go follow his ways act this way with their own children. It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I don't understand it either.
But again, that's hard lessons they chose. Yeah, it is probably part her husband's control because, men think men
Yes.
gotta be
Oh,
men and
you got it.
and
Oh,
they think they gotta be men and it's not right for men to be with men. There's those kind of guys out there and because of their beliefs, she's not gonna back talk. But I think she's just as bad as far as, saying no, he can't be that way. No, we're not gonna allow it. You can't change who someone is.
the thing that got to me was that she has a 50th birthday coming up, right?
Mhm.
And she came to mine. Mine was 2 years ago. I'm 51. Well, a year ago, I guess. And she came to mine, and they all brought stuff to my house. And I thanked her. I took them out to lunch. I gave them thank you cards and gift cards and all that. And she just, over the past year, she said no to me every single time I've tried to get together with her. And I couldn't understand why, you know?
Mhm.
And this past week, well, she has her 50th coming up, right? I just found out yesterday that she did not invite me. It was a private invite on Facebook, and I wasn't invited. Like on purpose, because it was 4 weeks ago. Like, if you make a mistake not inviting someone, you're like, oh, shoot, I forgot to invite so and so, right? You go back and add them. It's been 4 weeks, so I know it's on purpose.
Yeah. But you're better off, I think, you know. She's just mad
Yeah,
that you spoke your mind and it's not what she believes. So,
right. Well,
and
that's
I feel bad for her son, you know.
me
Um
too.
and it's just unfortunately he chose them as parents as part of the lesson for all of this. There's.
He told me, he said, Shelly, I'm going to be myself, and then I'm going to have a different life with my parents. Are you there? Hello? He said, I'm just going to have 2 lives. I got to live 2 lives. And I said, why? They won't accept me. It's okay. Love you, girl. Thank you for helping me. I'm going to go, guys. I think she's coming back on, but let's see what everyone else thinks. Maybe I'm crazy.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, did you cut out?
My mic went out again.
Oh no.
I was unplugging all my plugs to see which one it was. And trying to get it, I unplugged it and plugged it back in. My cat hit it and it went off, which is weird because it shouldn't go off. But as long as you can hear me now, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I'm going to go to bed soon, but I thank you for listening to me.
You're welcome.
I'm just
remember
trying
that
to get through this.
rejection is protection and a redirection. And, you know, I think what you did was right and noble, and sometimes people need to be told. You know? As much as they don't want to be told. Sometimes they need to be told.
I kind of knew it like 5 years ago. Honestly, I've known him for 20 years. And I kind of knew it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
When I met him. So we were separated because we're in the Army. And we got stationed together in Belgium. And I went over there. And we got together. And I'm like, ooh, I think. And I said, I think Brandon's gay. And he said, yeah, I am. And but I didn't know what to say. And it took like 2 years for me to say something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, at least you did, you know. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing. And like I said, that's part of your lessons as well, you know, or you're part of the story in his life was to kind of look out for him and maybe put like a seed in his mom's head. You know what I mean? Like you did it for a reason.
Yeah.
And
they had him go to counseling at the church and all that. And I said, I don't. You trying to change him? Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It is crazy. I agree.
I
can't stand when people, I mean, you can't change who someone is. That's the thing. You know? You cannot change who somebody is and what their preferences are. And like I said, they fall in love with the soul anyways. But a lot of times, you know, like he might have had a lot of female lives. And so now he's here as a male. And
I agree.
But it's also has to do with, you know, he chose these lessons and decisions as hard as they are. Or lessons and that doesn't even make any sense.
He's a really beautiful person. Like he's seen and he's so animated and so colorful with his, you know, when he talks, like everyone listens to him. He's just a beautiful person.
Yeah. And that's good. And that's who he is. And he, you know, that's the thing is, you know, I hope it doesn't change him or affect him in a negative way. It doesn't seem like it will. It feels like he's a strong-minded person and he's just going to be who he is anyways. I mean, that's how it feels like to me. I think he's just going to be who he is anyways. Like he said, I'll have one life with, you know, one life on his own and one life that's different with them.
Yep.
And maybe one day they'll come to accept it or not. But when he's an adult, they really can't say anything.
No, but I don't want him to be depressed and have.
Yeah. Well, I think he's strong-minded enough to handle it. For him to come to you and say that to you, that just means that he already knew they weren't going to accept it. He already knows because of the way his family is and his mom and dad is. He already knows.
You're right.
You know. So he already knew that, and I just really think that he already figured out in his head how he was going to handle and deal with it.
Yeah, I agree, because he's very confident with what he
I don't feel any like kind of depression or it causing him. He's just going to do what he wants to do anyways.
Thank you for feeling Brandon. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I think he's going to be okay. Actually, I see him getting married at some point to another guy.
Oh
and it looks like a beautiful wedding. So either it's going to be either they'll accept it or they won't, but he's still going to do it.
He's very strong-willed and he's very positive. So
yeah, I don't think I don't think it's not gonna I don't think he's one of those 80%, that we talked about. He doesn't feel that way. I mean, anybody can make different choices and decisions, but he doesn't feel that way to me.
To be depressed or negative or anything. Like, he's always been just very positive and funny and who he is, and I feel like that's really strong. So
yeah, he's a good person, and I actually think he's gonna meet somebody and get married one day.
Yeah,
because that's what they're showing me. They're both in Texas and flowers all around him and him holding hands. So I really think he's gonna meet somebody that
and he's strong enough. You think he's strong enough to like separate himself from the family beliefs and all that?
Yeah. And he's gonna do his own thing. Like he said, he'll do his own thing. And there might even be a time where he separates himself from them. Kind of comes across, I see like a distance.
Yeah, there will be.
Because he wants to, he wants to live his life and be who he is. And that might just cause things to shift. I think the mom might come around one day more. I don't think she'll ever fully accept it.
Loves him.
I don't think she'll ever fully accept it. I just think that
never.
she'll come around more than she is now. She'll learn to just deal with it.
A Baptist minister.
Yeah, the dad on the other hand,
the dad.
I don't know if he ever will.
He's kind of a real jerk about it, honestly.
Yeah, I could tell that. I don't think he'll ever. But
the mom, like, she loves it no matter what.
Yeah.
And he's struggling really hard with it, but I feel like Brandon's going to do whatever he wants anyway, so.
Yeah, he is. And like I said, they're showing me him getting married. Like I see them both in Texas holding hands, and there's flowers everywhere. So you'll have to and it looks like an outside wedding. You'll have to let me know if that happens one day.
I will update you, because I have him on Instagram. And he doesn't always accept everybody on Instagram because they make judgments.
Yeah. I keep hearing the name Brad, but I don't know. That could be first or middle, and it might not even match here, but I'll say it anyways in case it does match.
That kind of rhymes like Brandon and Brad.
I know. We'll see. My names are sometimes they make sense, for what I'm talking about, and sometimes they don't. So
I just want him to be happy and not dwell in his parents.
Oh, I see like
viewpoints.
Yeah, I see that he's gonna be super happy. Like this guy, they just keep showing me the same vision over and over, and it's both of them standing in black tuxes, holding hands. They're outside, and there's flowers surrounding them, and they're both smiling. So that's the vision that they show me. So I think he's gonna be okay, and I think he's gonna find somebody.
A picture of him. I'm gonna send you a picture of him.
Yeah, you can
and see him. Yeah. You just gotta let me know your email or how to contact you.
My email is right there, thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com, or you can reach me on Facebook or Instagram.
Psychicsleuth@gmail.com. Yeah. I'll send you a picture of him, and then because he's really a cool guy, Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I think he's gonna be okay. Like I said, I think he's gonna do what he wants to do anyways. He's not one of the, I don't think he's weak-minded, he's not weak-minded, and he really doesn't care. He's gonna do what makes him happy.
How do you know him so well? That's exactly right. That's exactly.
I don't know, just channeling what they're giving me.
That's
And
so beautiful. Thank you.
I think, yeah, I don't think you have anything to worry about with him. I think he knows how to, I hear, handle his parents. So,
I can hear him saying that, actually.
yeah,
I know how to handle mom and dad. Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
that's basically what I heard. He knows how to handle his parents.
Yep.
And like he said, like, I keep getting that they're just not going to change who he is. He's just going to be who he is anyways.
Exactly. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
Well, he's a senior. He just
Mhm.
turned 18.
Yeah, so he's an adult. He can do what he wants as it is.
Yeah.
You know. And he's going to. He already does.
Well, I just didn't want to go down the wrong,
No, I think you did everything right. And you know what? She needed to be told. And if it was my friend, I probably would have done the same thing.
So that might have caused a rift in the friendship.
Yeah, I mean, she just doesn't want anybody telling her she's wrong. And you know she's wrong. And she knows deep down she's wrong.
I'm not trying to argue the Bible. I'm just saying that I love him and I don't want anything to happen to him.
Yeah, and I don't try to argue that either, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
You know? It's not exactly, things don't really work how people think they work or how they've been told it works. And you know, religion is man created, it's not God created.
It is.
You know, it's just a way to control what people do, in my opinion. But that's my opinion, my opinion only. Please don't shoot the messenger. There was more people killed over religion than anything. Which is sad because it shouldn't be that way.
Do you think they're killed too over being gay too?
Yeah, I mean, they are, but I'm just saying, like, you know, in the history.
The history, it's you're not supposed to.
Yeah, of religion. And my mom always tells me that. She says, you know, there's more people killed in the name of religion than a lot of other things. And it's true. But it shouldn't be like that. You know, if people are of God, you would think. But there's so much negativity around it.
But I is of God, and that He's going to be loyal to one.
Well, and that's just like they tell people how to believe. Like, if you do bad, you're going to hell. It doesn't work like that. You know, we're here to make mistakes. We're here to learn. We're here to grow as souls. And just because we make a mistake in our life, or God forbid, you know, drink or do whatever the non-10 commandments are, doesn't mean that we're going to go to hell for it and be condemned for it. You know, that's not how it works. And definitely not going to be condemned for loving someone of the same sex.
Exactly, because I feel like when he finds that person, Brad or whatever, he's going to be happy.
If it's Brad, I don't know. It could just be a connection. We're just going to say that's just the name I heard. I don't know.
I feel like
we'll
he'll
see.
be loyal. Whoever he finds, he's going to be loyal to that person.
He will. And I think the guy that he's going to be with is very, like, similar to him. Yes. And that's why they get along. Like, they have the same beliefs, and he might even have the same situation with his parents. But I mean, well, I get 25, so hang on to that. That might be at age 25.
He loves music. He loves so whenever Kathy and I would play, like, Footloose or all those movies, Flashdance, Footloose, he knew every single song, and he was dancing the whole thing. Like, it was so cute.
Yeah.
Because we're 80s chicks, you know.
Yeah, I am too. But yeah, I get 25. That could be an age. That could be the age that it happens.
Okay. That's
just hang on to this, and you'll have to let me
thankful about Brandon. Oh.
Exactly, Copper Ginger. That's exactly what I was saying. Love is love. We fall in love with the soul and the person, not anything else. That's why, people can have connections with people that they normally wouldn't.
And I'm
You know what I
telling you
mean?
that I was willing to risk a friendship bringing
Yeah.
this, but I did it anyway. So whatever, at least I know that I did something to help him. And that's what I wanted to do.
I mean,
I know
there's good, there's good people in the church. Yes, there's good people in the church. I'm not saying that everybody. I'm just saying when they try to control what you do and get you with fear, it's wrong.
but I came to them out of concern and love for Brand.
Yeah,
I never
no, I'm just talking about the church itself. Like,
had. Yeah,
how they try to scare people into following their ways, by telling them they're gonna go to hell. That's wrong.
put him in
You're
counseling.
gay, you're gonna go to hell. No.
They said you're going to counseling to have it reversed. I'm like, how is that gonna?
Yeah,
The heck?
I've seen where they've done things like that before, and
It's
like,
for real going on.
yeah, that's crazy. Because you can't change who people are, and it can't be reversed. You are who you are. But he's 18. He can decide if he wants to go or not. He doesn't have to go. He can go to please them, but he doesn't have to.
He is now 18. He'll probably
Yep.
end up going to college. He's pretty smart, so I'm sure he'll just, like
Yeah.
I said, gonna find a way to be himself and to appease the parents. And I hate that he has to lead a double life. I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't want that for him. But I feel like you said he's strong enough to deal with it. So,
Yeah.
and that's his personality. He's like, I got this.
Yep.
That's exactly his personality.
I mean, just support him, and that's all you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll have to
Thank you.
update me on anything. I'm expecting him to get married at 25. Okay.
All right. Got it. I'm going to be there.
You'll have to let me know.
All right. I will. Love you, girl.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you too.
Bye.
Bye. Where's the... Okay. So the minimum donation is 25, but I'm only gonna do one more tonight. I haven't been feeling very good. I'm pretty tired. But I will be on later this week. And then I also do private readings. So I'll be on a few times this week, I think. For lovely bills coming up. Yeah, exactly. The soul is sexless, the soul is ageless, the soul is colorless. So I mean, it is how it is. Connected to who you're connected to, that's it. And all this judgmental BS. You got to love your kids for who they are and support them for who they are, because you're just going to push them away if you don't. And they're going to do it anyways. So there's that one. All right, I had someone, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's 25 minimum donation, or you can contact me for a private reading. But I had somebody donate and I can't find her now. And this is probably gonna be the last one, because I haven't even really done nothing and I'm tired. So perfectly imperfect disaster. Click the link and come on. Gosh, I hope I didn't tick anybody off. I hate getting into controversial stuff. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Copper. Yeah. We'll have to do a reading for you. So that donated reading just went for that. The what? I'm a mom too, and I would never judge my son Whoever he wants to be with is who he's going to be with anyways. The more you push them away to try to change who they are, the more they're going to rebel and do it anyways. The more it's going to cause them mental problems and anguish and all of that. It's just better to just accept them and let them do what they're going to do. I just tell my son, just make smart choices and decisions, you know? That's it. Okay, sounds good. But where is the imperfect disaster, perfection disaster, or whatever her name is? Lost it again. Perfectly imperfect disaster. Perfectly imperfect disaster. Where are you? Oh, Zook's the mini wolf. He's laying down on the ground right here. You guys don't get to see him anymore because I don't do it on the couch. But this chair lately is kind of uncomfortable. Do you know that there's a Zook's treats, Zuke, and they're like dog treats? I thought it was weird. Yeah, they're just gonna do it anyways and rebel. We just have to. I mean, plus if people are gonna be on this channel, they have to have the same beliefs anyways. Because it's a spiritual based channel. I tell things as they are, and what I've learned from spirit anyways. So, and I'm a very non-judgmental person. I try to accept everybody for who they are and how they are. And like I said, if my son wanted to marry a guy that was purple, I wouldn't care. That's just how it would be. But fortunately, I really like his girlfriend, and I hope that he doesn't screw it up. He got lucky with that one, and as far as I know, and she's very much like me. That's probably why I like her. Hey, stop it. Stop! Oh my God. Hold on. Speaking of Angela, that Zook that just ran up the hallway acting dumb. Okay, I'm gonna bring you on in a second. Perfectly imperfect. Yeah, I got you. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Perfectly imperfect. Can you hear me? Hello?
She's talking, honey. Turn on your mic.
Okay. My mic is on.
Can you hear me?
Sure.
Hello.
Hello,
I don't know
can you
if
hear
you
me?
can hear me.
I can hear you, but can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can't hear anybody right now.
Can you guys in the chat hear me? Hang on one second. I'll be right back. I think I left the dog outside. Make sure you can contact me.
Okay. I think.
Make sure you can contact
Okay. I think. I need to go out of YouTube. Okay.
Okay, sorry
can
about
you
that,
hear
guys.
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I left my dog outside and I didn't know he was out there. Can you hear me? Maybe try to go out and come back in. Make sure you're unmuted.
Okay. I can hear.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, so I don't know if you're getting
I left my
feedback.
dog outside.
I
No,
can.
you gotta turn down your.
I can't hear
Can you hear
you
me? You've got to
through
put it on mute.
StreamYard
Well,
unless I
maybe.
have my YouTube playing.
Yeah, you got to get out of your YouTube. Or mute the YouTube.
You want me to try going out and coming back in?
Well,
I can't hear you at all.
Okay, yeah, I would go back out and come back in then. Well, as long as you can hear me, I know it's not on my side. My dang old chihuahua was outside and I didn't know it. And then luckily he didn't get out of the yard because he's usually an escape artist. And he runs, but not lately. Okay, we'll see if her going out and coming back in helps, hopefully. Hello? No, not here it isn't. Hello? It was cloudy today and I thought it was going to rain, but there's no rain in the forecast.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Maybe try to go out. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully we get it figured out, huh? As far as I know, they stayed pretty dry. It was weird though. Their minerals got a little damp, but I'm not really sure how. I don't know if it was because it was leaking or not. I put a tarp on it, so it shouldn't be leaking there because there's tarps underneath the tarp. But I don't know. They seem dry. Yeah, we had a really rough one. I mean, it was really bad. I can't even go down this road now because it's all flooded out. It was hailing. It was bad. It was a bad one. Had to bring in Lyra because she was like freaking out.
Okay.
Hello?
I can hear you now. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. As long as we figured out what was going on, that's fine. It happens. We've had technical difficulties on the show many times.
I had to switch phones, and I guess my other phone didn't have my mic, or I couldn't hear you. So, but thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. So, what did we want to do today?
I would just like a reading for my mother.
Okay. Do you have a picture that you can send me?
Yes, I do.
You can just, if it's easiest, if you don't have me on Facebook or Instagram, you can just email it to thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com.
Okay, not a problem. Hold on 1 second. And you're on Facebook as the Psychic Sleuth as well. Would that be easiest?
Yeah, I'm under the Psychic Sleuth. Like, if you go, if you type it in, I don't know, does it pop up under that?
Is it just the general heart readings at Hotmail, the email address?
The Psychic Sleuth at Gmail.
Okay.
But you can find me through the Psychic Sleuth podcast. If you're not part of the group. Oh, it does? Okay, it does pop. I do pop up under this. If you just type in the Psychic Sleuth in Facebook, it does pop up my. If you scroll down, it'll pop up my profile.
Okay.
If that's easier, whatever's easier for you.
Okay.
It's just if I want to try to, I can work with names, but I don't get as strong as a connection as a picture. So if I want to call in someone specific, I like to work with a picture. Am I stuffy? No, I'm not stuffy. I know I always get allergy with Dylan. Actually, my allergies haven't been that bad going somewhere lately, thank God. But yeah, I will be live later on this week again, guys. Once or twice for more readings, probably. And I do have some videos I need to post up, and I am going to be doing some new Patreons. I got to get that. I've got a lot to do this week. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I do sound stuffy. Maybe it's the microphone. I don't know. I think it might be just because I'm tired. I kind of found I feel a little loopy because I'm tired. I had a little spider I was letting stay on my ceiling and eat all the bugs, and I don't see it anymore. No, I don't think so. It was like a cool looking spider. I've never seen one like it before, but it like disappeared. But I don't know. Hopefully, I didn't make it sick because I sprayed all those. I had like hundreds of those bugs. Yeah. I'll have to look into that, Copper Ninja. I'm allergic to my yard, but not really more because it's not really blooming like it was, you know. So I've seen some stuff that you put up your nose that's supposed to help too. Did you find me? Is she still there? Uh-oh, did we lose her again?
No, I'm emailing it right
Oh, okay.
now.
I was just making sure you can hear me still.
No, I can hear you.
Okay,
I had to go through my Google Photos, which is a nightmare.
no problem. Yeah, I don't really need one. I'm fine now that spring's over. It was just when everything was blooming. Probably the spider. I hate mosquitoes. I got bit so much. I had like a ton of these bugs I'd never seen before. There was like hundreds of them all on my wall. I don't know where the hell they came from or how they got in here. I sprayed the heck out of them though. That's probably why that's probably why the spider left. I wasn't trying to spray the spider though. Okay, Tammy. They were like little and they had green on them. They're like little tiny beetle looking things and they had green on them. They were the weirdest things I've ever seen. I had hundreds of them all on my wall, dude. I have this natural spray. I just started spraying the crap out of them. And then I went and got some home defense and sprayed it around my doors and stuff. So I didn't have that happen anymore because that was really. Yeah, dude. I don't know. There was like hundreds of them. I'd never seen them before. My plate. Then I was like, oh man, it smells too like strong in here for my birds because they don't do good with like smells. So I was worried about that. But I got like attacked hundreds and hundreds of these little beetle things, and they were like in here for days. I kept finding them. I don't know where they came from. It was weird. It was like so random too.
Okay, it's sent.
Okay. Well, stink bugs aren't really in my house. It depends on the spider. Be okay with whatever spider. I mean, I took wolf spiders out of here. We had one on the live one time, remember? That was funny. I accidentally killed it trying to get it out. Okay, I'm going to your picture. Hey, quit that. I don't have Pam. Okay. Yeah, I'll be on later this week. I got a lot of bills to pay. Got to keep my electric on. Okay, let me see here. Here. Nope, I don't have anything. Hold on. Somebody else said they sent. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna try to see. Maybe that might work. I gotta work with them alone in a picture, so I'm gonna try to kind of crop out the baby. I try to like to see their. Is she? Which one is she? The one with the with? Okay, so is she the one with the glasses on her head and this one with a bunch of people? Where'd my person go? She's gone. Hang on. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
It booted
I
me.
lost you on the stream for a second. Is she the one with the glasses on her head in the other picture?
Yes,
Okay.
and the
I'm
striped
gonna
shirt.
work with that one because it's the clearest and her eyes are open and she doesn't have glasses on. And I just have to kind of scroll so I don't see you guys. Okay. And do you know how I work? Or should I explain that real quick?
Okay, so the one so she's the one in the striped shirt in the beach picture.
Oh,
The
okay.
one
So
on the
no
very
glasses.
end.
Okay. The very
Yeah,
end. All right.
yeah.
Good thing no wonder. All right. That's a better picture than the other one because I
Yes.
prefer pictures without glasses, although I can work with ones with glasses. I like to see their eyes. It brings in the connection more.
I just
But
didn't know if that was because there was all of us together, so that's why I done the one of just her
yeah.
in the
It,
so I didn't know
and
which one was better.
yeah, well, for future reference, like usually when mediums are doing readings, we can't really it other energies can interfere when you have a bunch of people in a picture. So this one I can zoom in and just look at her and not you guys. So that's helpful, but you always anytime you want to do mediumship reading, you want to have even if you have to crop it, the person by themselves. It's just easier. So the way that I work is things that come in can be past, present, or future, symbolic, or have multiple meanings. And spirit will sometimes use my experiences, references, or how I relate to things to try to explain what they're trying to say. So as I get information and it makes sense to you, please tell me yes and how it makes sense. That will help the reading flow. So if it for some reason does not make sense right now, just please hang on to it because sometimes we don't realize it at the time or it can fit in the future or something like that. They do talk about those that are still here and what's going on, and they also talk about those that are with them on the other side.
Correct.
So keep that in mind as you're validating things.
Okay.
And yeah. So we'll just go from there.
All right. Thank you.
Just in case you don't know, we all kind of work differently. I always explain that in the beginning. My dogs decide they want to play right underneath my table. Of all places. Thank you, Copper. I try to keep it that way. We don't like no drama or nothing. Hey. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine.
That's Angela's favorite, and he didn't want to be bothered right now. So that was his fit throwing. I'm just trying to bring her in right now. I don't know why my headache just got worse. Okay. So the way that she's coming in right now is she's coming in as like I hear the word closeness, like she was close to her daughters, almost like a friend.
Yes.
if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. And like I feel like she was really young at heart, and she would try to get down to your guys' level. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And she keeps going like this. So that's either usually when they show me the chest area, it's something different, but this is going to be chest, heart, or breast area. But she's like taking her hand and going across like this, and it can be an
Okay.
ailment or a symptom as well. So let me know if that makes sense.
I'm not for sure on that one.
Okay. She is, because she keeps doing that. So sometimes when they repeat things to me, it's I'm not understanding why they're saying it, like I'm not perceiving it correctly. Or it doesn't get validated right. So I don't know if I'm perceiving it. I don't know why she's taking her hand and motioning it across her chest. I'm
really thinking here, but nothing ringing a bell.
I know. I'm not sure why she's doing it. If it's something with her breathing or heart or her chest or her, breast area. It's almost like I want to say that, breast cancer, not necessarily her, but she could be talking about someone else. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So that could not breast cancer, but the chest area, but has nothing to do with her.
Yeah, it doesn't have to.
Correct. Yeah.
Because they can talk about those that are here. So
Correct.
in things that are going on, you know what I mean?
Right.
So as long as it makes sense for someone, she could be talking about someone else having that issue because
Correct.
she's just
Yes.
motioning to the chest area.
So I actually have a good sized lump in between, in the center of my chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So she's
So now
wanting,
yes.
so because usually if it's something with them, like how they pass or whatever, they give it to me differently. So
Okay.
she was trying to show me chest area.
Okay.
So that makes sense. She's
Yes.
talking about you. She knows what's going on with you, basically.
Okay.
And she wants you to know that she knows that.
She knows more than I do right now then.
Because I feel like I don't know, I feel like you've been going through a lot lately and you like really wishing you had your mama. That's the way it comes in. And so that's her way of letting you know that she knows what's going on with you.
Okay. Thank you.
But I don't know why it feels like it could lead to more in the chest area. Okay, so I would just keep an eye on that because she keeps
Okay.
talking about the breast as well.
Okay.
So just I don't know if it's something that can, move or whatever. I don't
I
know.
haven't even had it checked out yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um
So that's why
that-
I said she's telling me more than I know right now. So
yeah. So I think she's saying you need to get it checked out.
okay.
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 She was very adamant about this until we figured out what it was. So usually, like, when they do that, either I'm not understanding it or it's very important and they need me to understand it.
Correct.
So, okay, go to the doctor, please. That's her words, not mine.
Okay.
And okay, so I don't know. I don't understand what this is either. Okay, so she's showing me like a purse. I don't really know why she's showing that to me. It's like on her shoulder and she's showing me a purse. I don't know if one of you guys gave her a purse or you have her purse or really what
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you have her purse then?
I have her wallet and her purse.
Okay. So when they show me new stuff like that, I have to figure out what they mean by it. So she knows about that. And do you actually use it?
I'm using her wallet right now.
Okay. Because like she was showing me someone wearing the purse. So that made me feel like someone was using one of the two. Or uses it. Okay. For some reason I'm all of a sudden struggling to breathe. Like my chest just feels heavy, and this is different than what we talked about already. This is like I'm struggling to take a breath. And this can be an ailment or a symptom. But she also keeps motioning to her head.
Okay.
So these can be, like I said, symptoms or ailments or things that are affected. But it's almost like she's motioning to her head, but also I'm having severe chest pain. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Like severe chest pain, like I'm finding it very hard to take a breath. So I hear the word tragedy, but I don't know if that relates to her or someone else.
I would probably say it's someone else.
Okay. But it would be either family or friend.
Correct.
Would it be something that happened like not long ago? I mean, that's just how it feels to me, but she just says the words tragedy. So, if it's not in relation to her passing and her, then she's talking about it happening somewhere. Either family or friend that's connected to you.
Correct. So
That you
she
Okay, go
didn't
ahead.
pass with the tragedy, no.
Okay. I didn't think so. It's almost like it's related to someone else that
Yes.
you've been dealing with or you dealt with or that was really hard on you.
Yes, possibly my daughter. And that would sort of make sense on why she would say that after pointing to her head.
Okay. Yeah, because like I was saying, my headache got worse. Like when you came on. So there's something going on with the head or the brain or something like that.
That's correct validation. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For her or for
For my daughter,
or
yes.
for your daughter?
Yes.
So your daughter is also on the other side?
No, not
Or she's just talking about, I just want to make sure I understand. She's just
correct.
talking about something that happened here. Okay, did
Correct.
this with your daughter not happen like not too long ago?
Correct.
Okay, because it feels recent.
Yes.
And it's almost like she's talking about what you're going through. So
We're still going through that.
okay.
Yes.
And I just got the chills with that. I hear the word accident. I don't know if that relates to your daughter or it relates to
No, it was. I don't consider it. It's not an accident.
right. I don't know what that means unless she's talking about someone else or to be careful of an accident. They do that sometimes. I'm just gonna hold on to that because I really don't know what she's trying to say about that.
Correct.
Unless it was trying to be played off as an accident, but it's not. I don't know. Because I've had that before where that's come in and then someone a couple days later were like, well, I got in an accident. So
I'll let you know.
yeah, hopefully it has nothing to do with that or anything. I do intuitive guidance and mediumship, but this is going to be my last one for tonight, but I will be doing them later on in the week. And yeah, you would have to come on panel. Okay. So I also see a hospital, and I don't know if this is relating to her. She's talking about what's been going on. Okay, so what's weird is I'm just going to explain what I'm getting, and I hope that it'll make sense. So what I feel there's some kind of something with my head, but the weird thing is it feels like it's a blow or it just feels very rough towards my head area. And then the next thing I see is a hospital room. I can hear like the hospital machines. I see the hospital bed. So again, I don't know if this is her, like she was in the hospital before her passing, or this has to do with your daughter's situation. She seems to be wanting to talk about your daughter's situation.
That it doesn't relate to her. No.
Okay. Does it relate to?
Yes.
So it relates to your daughter or your mom?
My daughter.
Okay. So she's just I guess she wants to talk about this then.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why. Other than it's something big that's going on in your life and she wants to let you know that she is aware of it and she knows what's going on. And she knows that you need her during this time, so she wants to let you know she's there during this time. That's how it's coming across.
That's correct.
Because I feel like your life got flipped upside down.
Yes.
Like she literally shows me like it's weird. Like I'm the weird way that she shows me is I feel like I'm flipped upside down. For I believe it's symbolic for what this has done to your life and everything. Stop. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
That's my spirit dog. I mean, she always sees spirit, but she hears a dog barking outside, but she's looking at me when she did that. So
Confirmation.
I just wonder. Okay, so
Her and my daughter were very close.
yeah, and that might be another reason why she's talking about it. I keep feeling a male around that situation with your daughter,
Yes.
but I don't. So was there a male responsible for that situation?
No.
Or
No.
was it just I don't understand this. She just shows me a male and then she shows me that male around your daughter.
Okay. There is. Yes.
So I don't know if he's connected to what happened.
No.
Or if it's for another reason. She's kind of confusing me. I think
She's good
she's
at that.
trying her best to explain it, but maybe I'm not understanding it. But I just now I've got all this pain on this side of my head into my ear, and it's like throbbing now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's part of the work. So I just always try to understand like more like why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. But I also hear the word because sometimes they're clear and sometimes they're not. It's almost like she's giving me bits and pieces about what she is trying to talk about here. Like I feel like she's trying to tell me what happened and the situation behind it. And maybe I'm not understanding it. But I hear the word life support, but I don't know if that was someone was on it for a period of time or it was they were almost on it, or it feels like part of the situation. But again, I don't know if that's for her or your daughter because I
She
feel like
wasn't. No, she wasn't on life support when she passed. No.
was your daughter ever going to be, or was there was a time where she was and then they
She's been on
because
life
I feel
support.
machines.
Okay, so she's been on life support numerous times, and
Okay.
just a couple of months ago, yes.
Okay. So that again, your mom is just talking about her situation, and so I keep thinking I'm trying to figure out, and I'm just gonna stick with this because I feel like she's trying to describe what you've been going through with your daughter. And
Correct.
because she was so close to her, she has to bring it up.
Okay.
And I feel like it's just her way of validating that she's there. I mean, I don't know why she's going into this unless it's just to tell you like she knows what's happening.
She knows what's going on.
Yes. So that's why the life support came in. Okay. Because I keep trying to see what happened to your daughter and I'm not being shown that. So that's why it's kind of like I just see a male around her, but I don't know what the male is. I don't know, I don't really know what that is. It's just I feel one around her, but I don't really know how they fit or play in.
It's brought a lot of joy. It's
Okay.
brought, I mean,
So okay. Okay. Is your daughter still in the hospital?
no, not
Or did she just
currently.
get out recently or something like that? There
Like she was it's been about 3 months.
Okay. That's recent to me. Because the reason why I ask is I felt like I was in the hospital and then I wasn't in the hospital anymore. So I guess she's just validating that. Okay. I don't know if you guys actually did this or you thought about it, but she keeps talking about like a mother's ring. Like, the rings that you can give a mom and it has like all the birthstones on it.
Correct. Yes.
Like, that's what she's talking about right now. I don't know if it was just a thought or if you guys actually got it for her or if she wanted one.
She had wanted to get me one.
Oh, she wanted to get you one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She just says the words like, my babies are my everything. Like, she comes across as very dedicated to her family, very dedicated to her kids and grandkids. Like, that's just the kind of person
Yes.
she was.
Yeah.
I feel like she was I hear the word well-rounded, like a well-rounded person. I don't know if that makes sense.
It
And I see her doing a lot of things for her family. Like, there's a
does.
reference to, like, she liked togetherness. So I don't know if it was holidays that she liked to make big or there was like dinners that she liked to have, but I feel like she liked spending time with the family.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And so she's going back to your daughter being in the hospital and she shows me her standing at the bed. And so this is just letting you know that she was there during that time. And I don't know if maybe you felt her or you wondered if she was there or wondered if she knew what was going on. But there's kind of a moment that she shows me, like, you're sitting with your daughter and she's there on the other side.
Yes.
And I see you like holding your daughter's hand and then she's like standing on the other side of the bed, just like being there with you. So I don't know if did you ask or did you say, Mom, are you here or something like, did you feel her or something like that? Or is she
Yes.
just, okay, you did.
No, I did.
Okay. So she's just I got chills from head to toe on that. So she's just validating that was her and that was real and that you really did feel her. Like you weren't tripping. Like maybe you thought you were tripping, but you're not tripping.
Well, that's great. That's always good to know.
Yeah. So she's just letting you she was there. She was there actually a lot when she was, and I think she is part of the reason that she got to go home. Like she feels like very much a protector of your daughter. If that makes sense.
I truly, yes, I've wondered that as well. I strongly feel that she is very much around my daughter all the time.
Because I feel like if let's see how do I put this.
I have tough skin, so
You have what?
just I have tough skin, so however she
Oh,
puts it to you.
no, it's not anything bad. I'm just trying to understand how she's saying it so I can say it correctly to you. So it's almost like I feel like your daughter shouldn't have lived. Like it was almost like an exit point for her. But partly of why it wasn't was because of I hear Grammy. So I don't know if they called her Grammy or if I'm just hearing it that way. Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
So she's just saying that like it was almost like her gift to you guys to like make her okay.
To give us more time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's saying it wasn't her time. Like I felt like it could have been an exit point because we have different exit points we can take. I feel like
Correct.
it could have been an exit point, but and I'm getting chills again. It wasn't because of her. Like it wasn't her time. And I
Correct.
actually feel like when she was on life support, she went to the other side and she met with her grandma. So I don't know if she remembers it or not, but it's almost like a near death experience and it might have felt like a dream.
Um,
because she
yeah, she's probably had a few of those.
okay.
Yeah.
Did she ever talk to you about it?
No, I mean, okay, so she does talk about the other side, in the gate, but she doesn't talk the way that we would talk about it,
Right.
but she does let me know, like, yeah,
So she talks about it more like she's been there.
yeah,
Okay. But I keep getting chills like mother trucker when I talk about this because she is like, I literally see her leaving her body and she visits like I keep wanting to call her Grammy, but I don't know if that's the correct nickname.
yes,
It is? Okay.
yes,
Because she shows me her leaving her body and then her Grammy is there waiting for her. And she like sent her back. But yeah, like I feel like she's seen the gate and stuff. And I keep getting a reference to a bench. Like maybe they sat on a bench and talked or something. I keep getting that.
possibility.
So is your daughter in this picture or no?
Is my daughter?
The picture that you sent me with all the
Yes.
people in it? Okay.
Not in the one. No, no, no.
The other
So the
one.
picture, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay. Because
yes.
you sent it to me, so I'm just wondering if maybe that's why she's also bringing it up. And why that's exactly what is coming through is a lot about her. And I think the reason why all that's coming through is because it's a big thing in your life right now. And she just needs you to know that she's there through it all. Also, I keep getting the month of August. Some months are usually passings, birthdays, or something like anniversaries or something that's like specific for you, her, or anybody connected, alive or past. But I heard August. Stop that. I heard August very strongly. Okay, that right there was not at anything but spirit because when she barked, the EMF went up. And she's barking at a random corner in my room right now. So that's probably your mom. Because right when she barked, the meter went up. And I do agree sometimes. Well, she is anyways. That dog is very in tune. Okay. So it doesn't make sense. Hang on to it. But I heard it clearly. So I don't know if it had something to do with your daughter or
We got a
something.
lot of information this just last month in August.
Okay.
Regarding my daughter's situation.
Okay. Oh, is your daughter, is it okay, is whatever's going on with your daughter, is it affecting the brain?
Yes.
Like is there kind of brain damage going on?
Yes.
Okay, because she was showing me the brain and I heard the words brain damage and then there's a reference to, I don't know if it's her nerves or being able to move her like her arms and legs or her body, right? You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes.
So I want to say mobility issues, but it's more than that. Like she can't really
Yes.
move her arms and legs. Like it affected almost like a paralyzing feeling, I guess is.
My daughter's paralyzed from T11 down.
Okay. Because the next thing I was going to was not just the brain, but I was going to the spinal cord, but the spinal cord at my neck area.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
That's 100% where all of our issues are coming in right now.
Okay. I mean, she's giving me so much about what's going on with her, but I'm not able to see what happened. which is weird. Okay. So okay, and you're having to like basically just take care of her with everything.
Yes.
And I see like does she also have I keep getting a reference to like the throat spasming or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know why your mom is going into this.
I don't know.
Okay. So
Maybe she has more answers than we have right now.
it's possible. I'm just trying to kind of see what happened. Okay, so she shows me like the future, and I think she's going to be okay in the future. Like there's going to be some kind of I hear the word genetic, but I don't know what that is. So there may be some kind of genetic research or something that they have like that genotherapy. I don't know, but I
So
hear the word
what she has is genetic.
okay. Glad you said that. um
I just didn't want to cut you off.
no, you're good. I just didn't know why I was picking up genetic because I was trying to figure out what happened, like if it was something that happened to her or if it was like an illness or disease. And then I heard the word genetic.
She was born like this.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was getting at next was after the genetics.
Yes.
So, the accident is bugging me because I wrote it down and I'm sitting here looking at like I don't understand what that is. Okay, so your daughter's still very young then, right?
I'm sorry.
Is your daughter young still?
Yes.
Okay. I also get the number 3, so I don't know if that's 3 years, the 3rd month, March, 3rd of something.
I relocated in March to get her better medical care.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was
And
like how long your mom had been gone or how old she was, or okay, that makes sense. Because she showed me 3 very strongly. Oh, thank you, Paranormal After Dark. I appreciate that. So, all right, genetic. All right, so I want to try to see if your mom can tell me like anything that you guys can do. Because they show me there's some kind of gene therapy or some kind of something that's going to happen in the future with advancements that's going to be able to help her condition.
okay.
Because they show me her older and like running around. Now, I don't know if that means that there'll be a cure and also be able to fix, or they're just saying that she's going to be healthier when she's older. But I feel like there's going to be some kind of new advancements. That's what she's saying.
That would be amazing.
Like I hear like genotherapy. I don't even know if that's something that could be done or not. Because I'm definitely not a doctor or geneticist. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
But I also I heard geneticist. That's why I kind of said it. So, I feel like however this is meant to play out is how it's going to play out. This is kind of something that you kind of chose to go through for whatever reason, but it feels like your mom's got your back. Your mom's got your back, and I get she takes my attention to last year.
Yes.
So how does that fit? It's either relates to her or the baby.
Probably the baby.
Okay, was she born last year?
No.
What happened, or did this happen last year? It's something that's big.
That's when we started running out of options, and towards the end of last year, that's when I started looking outside of where I lived.
Okay. And I hear the word good move.
I literally just came to visit where I am and ended up staying because they could provide my daughter with care and they were
Okay.
willing to save her.
Right. And that's why she said good move. And I feel like that was very divinely guided. Okay.
It was.
That was your mom putting those steps into order. And I'm getting the chills with this to put you on the right path for your daughter. Okay. So I always say that spirit gives us what we need in a reading.
Correct.
It's not necessarily, she's not making it about her. She's validating through a different way by the stuff that's going on in your life and through your daughter. And I'm getting the chills with that again. I mean, I've got head to toe chills. So this is her way of letting you know that she is there and she is helping you and that she knows everything that's going on. And honestly, I mean, things always happen how they're meant to, but I think everything's gonna be okay. Like, I keep getting, they take me to, like, okay, you know how sometimes in the movies you see, like, it's like, how do I explain this? They come up with these things and ways to treat things, like in the
Correct.
future, and it's
Yes.
like sometimes it's bionics and sometimes it's like genetics, like they have all these, like, we're getting to that part in the future to where I lost her. Shoot, I think she'll come right back on. Just hang on. So I think we're getting to that part in the future where it's like they're gonna be able to do more for her, but DNA. Okay. There she is.
Sorry, it kicked me.
That's okay.
again.
So I also hear the words DNA. So I don't know if there's going to be something DNA they can do, genetic DNA. I don't know. Like I said, these are just things that I'm being given. Have you guys seen a geneticist yet?
Yes.
Okay, because I heard geneticist. So yeah, like stem cells or something like that. Like going somewhere says, yeah. So I hear geneticist, so I feel like there's gonna be something that maybe he eventually comes up with that's able to help her. I also hear the word fuse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes.
Okay. Is that something they talked about? Good night, Copper. Thank you.
So she's currently she's had 18 spinal fusions and currently
Okay.
her thoracic spine is completely collapsed as well.
Okay. So are they talking
So
about fusing?
as we speak, she needs the doctor to agree to do a spinal fusion
Okay.
on her.
Okay. Which they're saying fuse, so I'm thinking that's gonna get done. Your mom is just like, she's just making sure shit gets done. And that's the way she said it. Like, I'm making sure shit gets done. Does that sound like her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I've got to make sure that my kids are okay. Like, she is on the other side doing everything she can to make sure that you get to the right doctors, you get to the right help. She's there, kind of like I said, she brought your daughter back because your daughter still has purpose. It wasn't her time. So it feels like I hear the word miracle. Now, I don't know, and I don't want to get your hopes up because I could be wrong, but I hear the word miracle like there's gonna be some kind of miracle cure or miracle thing that happens um that helps her along. Uh
She's currently a miracle.
okay. And
Yeah.
that could be, she could be talking about that as well. Like, she's a miracle that and the reason why is because she's supposed to be here. There's something about her surviving and getting this treatment that is like groundbreaking, I hear. So it's almost like she's going to be the one that they do it on, but it'll help other people. So that's part of the reason why this has happened.
That
Does
would
that
be
make sense?
amazing. Yes.
Um so she
That's
has
what
a
we need.
yeah, she has a really big purpose. It's just and I think you're in the right spot and you're being connected to the right people. And I've got chills all over me again. Like, I got goosey bumpy legs. Um so they keep showing me way in the future and her running around. Not, I don't want to get your hopes up, but um I don't know why they keep showing me that. Like, her in a dress running around in circles and she's like probably 5 or 7. Um So did your mom pass shortly after she was born?
My mom passed when she was 7.
Oh, when she was 7. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know why I keep feeling she's younger. Your baby. So she's been like this. So she's
She
been dealing with
looks
this since she was baby. That's why.
Yes, you're
Okay.
correct.
So
Yes.
then why am I seeing her running around at that age? I mean, it might be even older. It might be 9, 10,
Sh
11.
she looks very, very young for her age.
Okay. Um but I keep getting something with your mom and after she was born. And I don't know if because your mom hasn't really gone into her passing. This has been all about your daughter and the situation that's going on. And that's what she wants to talk about. Because I've tried to get in her passing. I've tried to get into everything about her, and she doesn't want to go there. She wants to make this about your daughter. So
I
I don't
don't
know if something happened with your mom's health after she was born, or something shifted after she was born, but she keeps
Yeah,
taking me back to when she was a baby.
that's when my mom really become very involved in our lives.
Okay. Well, so like after she was born, like she became involved. Okay, that might be what
Yeah.
she's talking about then. Um would diabetes fit your mom or someone else?
It would
Okay.
fit her mom.
Her mom. Okay, cuz I heard diabetes. And I was like, I don't know where to put that, but I always say when I get it because I never know. Um that accident's going to bug the heck out of me.
So there was the reason why when we came to where we are now,
Mhm.
we found out that the reason why my daughter was in the hospital 3 months ago was because a hospital that she had been in Florida at um, had sent her home with something wrong with her brain. And they knew it, and they just, it was swept underneath the rug. And when we got here and she ended up in the hospital, they were just sort of blown away that so many doctors had seen this scan and just not done anything about it. So you could possibly say it was an accident, or that they were
Yeah.
claiming that it was an accident.
Right. That could be it, because I keep looking at that word like I don't understand it. I mean, I guess that makes
That's
sense.
the only way I can fit it
Yeah.
in.
And the way that spirit communicates, I mean, it's probably that.
Yeah,
But because they sent her, it got worse or something, right? Because
correct.
they sent her
Yes,
back.
yes,
So, okay. So I guess whoever it was really screwed the pooch on that, and
yes, yes.
basically it was I don't think they knew what they were doing, so that's why I think it's considered an accident. Because sometimes when people go into like the ER or
It was a
into
hospital that didn't know her.
goes into an emergency or something, like they like overlook a lot
Correct.
because whatever reason they're not used to seeing it, they don't really know what they're doing. It might have been an intending or someone young with not a lot of experience or know-how. So yeah, I could see how it would fit now. I kept going back to that, so it must have been needed to be figured out. That's what that's what that was, the 3 months. Okay, so the 3 has a couple meanings, March, and then you said 3 months ago.
Correct.
So that must be why she brought that in twice. Okay. Um, so I hear the words, I love you and my baby girl, everything's going to be okay. And she's talking about a blanket. So I don't know if she had a blanket that was given to you, or she gave the baby a blanket, or
Yes. Yes, she gave the baby a blanket.
okay. And did you keep it, or
Yes, she takes it everywhere with her.
okay, so it's became like a blankie kind of thing
It is a blanket.
from Grammy. Okay.
Correct.
That makes sense. All right. So she just wanted you to know. That's just a validation. And she's blowing kisses, I think.
Oh,
I think she said everything. And she's like this. So I think she's basically said everything she wants to say. So I hope that was helpful. Will you please keep me up to date on what happens? I'm curious if this geneticist, because I wouldn't even thought to say that. So I know it was from her. If they fuse and if the geneticist comes up with anything. But I feel like there's things like we don't even know about that science already knows. You know what I mean?
correct.
So but it's almost like she's gonna be some sort of paving the way for something kind of thing is what it feels like.
Yes.
Hope that's right.
Yes, very much so. Very spot on.
I've never had anybody do that before. I've never had a spirit come in and just not even talk about themselves or validate themselves, just want to talk about. And I think maybe you needed those answers and you needed her to bring all of that up. Because again, they always give you what you need. And
Correct.
you needed that validation to know she's there and she knows what's going on. Because I think a lot of times you ask.
I do. I mean, I dropped everything and literally came to visit somewhere and just ended up staying to get her the care that she needed. So
And I hear the words, you're a good mom. Like you
I
sacrifice
try.
so much for your daughter. I hear the words, don't ever sell yourself short. and don't ever think that you're not doing enough, because you're doing everything that you can. And that's her words, not mine. Okay.
Thank you.
And she's just helping from the other side. And it was very divinely guided. Like I said, she's making sure that shit gets done. She's making sure that you get to where you need to go and that baby gets taken care of, because I hear that there's a bigger purpose for all of this.
Yes, I always feel like every day is a blessing, and every day I'm shown something new, and she shows me just what my purpose here is, but it makes her having just a bigger purpose.
Well, and a huge purpose of yours is that you had this daughter and that you're a part of this. Like, you're a part of this journey, you're a part of this. I hear groundbreaking. So I don't know. There's gonna be, I hope I'm right on that. I hope that I'm understanding her right. That whatever they come up with her is gonna like pave the way for something else, or it's gonna be something like, I see like scientists or doctors like working around the clock trying to figure this out for whatever reason that may be. And that's why some people have huge purposes like this. And even though like she's sick and she's struggled and she's been dealing with this for a long time, like there's always a reason for it, and that's what she chose to go
Right.
through, and she chose to do it with you because you're a big part of that story.
It all makes so much sense. Yes, it does.
So just hopefully, I hope that they, I hope I'm right about that and they come up, because she kept showing me her running around. So I don't know. I'm hoping that happens.
So, she's had 39 brain surgeries
That's a
and
lot.
18 spinal fusions, and she's currently on hospice. And we're awaiting the decision of them on whether they're willing to do more surgery or not.
Right.
So this, a
Well,
lot made sense.
if I could be seeing her running around on the other side, I mean, that I hate to say that, but that could be it. But I mean, I don't know. I just know they told me fuse, so I don't know if that means that she needs it or she's gonna get it.
Hopefully she's gonna get it.
Yeah. But regardless, it's going to,
Everything's gonna be okay.
yeah. And regardless, say that you, like, for instance, you had to let her go. There's still going to be lessons that were learned from her genetic disorder that will help the future.
Oh yeah, she's
And
1 in 4 children with what she has.
right. So regardless of how this turns out, I feel like you've been really strong, and you're going to, like, they're going to learn from it regardless. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And
100%.
even if she were to go to the other side, she had come back so many times for this to go on, because it could be that if she were to pass, like, her body donated to science would give answers for
So
others.
yes, that's how it's already set up.
Yes. And that's what's coming in now. And I think that a big part of this is to let you know that if that does come to that your mom's got her and she's going to be okay. Although she knows
I'm
that it's,
completely 100% okay with that. I mean, you know,
and I'm getting major chills with this. So, because it was weird. Like, when I was seeing her run around, it was almost like it wasn't on Earth. Like, I was seeing her run around, like, everything was vibrant. You know what I mean? So, again, it could just be that that's coming through if you do have to let her go, to let you know that she would be running around in heaven,
so
basically.
the other day she told me, even though she's never walked, she told me that her legs were getting tired.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I think she's going in and out of her body. And
I've been wondering the same thing. I think Sometimes I ask myself, and I think she frequents the other side a lot more than maybe I know about.
Yeah. She does.
But
That's what I'm saying, 'cause, like, I think she
that
she
that
goes in and
that
out of your
hit
body,
with
but
me when you were talking about going out
mhm,
of her body, but I
mhm,
didn't know if that was just I knew that doctors had told me that she's probably seen the other side more than we would ever know.
yeah,
So at the time, I was connecting that, but at the same time, the way you're talking now, it could as well be that she's visiting there quite frequently.
yeah, she is. She's visiting mom yeah, with her Grammy on the other side, with your mom. She's going back and forth, and I see her running around. But that's why I was saying, like, why do I see her at this age running around? So, like, we never are allowed to tell you if someone's going to pass or anything like that. It's not up to us. It's
That's
going to
correct.
happen if it's going to happen. But I think
Exactly.
maybe the way that she's showing it is, she's saying, like, if she does go to the other side, like, she's gonna be okay and she's gonna be running around in heaven. Like, that's how it
Oh,
comes across. So regardless of what happens, her going through this is going to be worth it, and she knows that, because regardless, like, if she doesn't survive it, it will save someone else in the future, is the way that it comes across. Like, this is it causes something groundbreaking to happen regardless of what happens with her. And it could be also, not only am I picking up on your mom, but I'm picking up on her spirit as well, because
correct.
of the state that it's in. It's kind of
Yes.
like between here and there.
See,
So I
that's what
think
I
that's
get a lot, that she's in that. Yeah. So I've wondered for some time if she was astro projecting as
yeah.
well.
That's basically what it is. They can leave their body, but she's not really attached to this body, honestly.
No,
And I think that it's like her and your mom that is giving me all this information, because I can't explain it. Wow. My EMF went all the way up to red. Um, I can't explain why I've never had a spirit come through and talk about not themselves. Um, and I know why she's doing it. She's kind of preparing you, and she's letting you know that she knows what you're going through, and that your baby girl is going to be okay no matter what.
exactly.
Um, and I think that you've already prepared yourself for that.
I have. Yes,
And I
you're
think that you're very thankful for the lessons of this, and for having her for the time that you've had her for. Although
you
it's been
mhm,
so hard
yes.
and tragic.
Yes, it has. Yes. You're 100% right. 100%. Um I get the feeling that she talks about the other side a lot. Her friends, she goes there to visit. Um, and we are very open, and even her doctors have been shocked at how open I let her speak of it, that it don't upset me, but I'm glad that I know where she's going.
Yeah. And I think that's why all this came through today. Because because I feel like, I got really pushed to come on here and do this live tonight, although I was very low on energy and everything. And it was almost like right place, right time, for you to come on and get this message. Because again, I feel like, in case you don't get the great news, you know, I think you understand that her body is tired, and her body can only take so much as a physical
Um,
body, you know.
like you're 100%. That's what we have been discussing the past two weeks, and the neurosurgeon just called us last week and sort of said, her brain's probably gonna go before everything else. And when you got when your throat was doing that, or you was
Mm-hmm.
talking about your throat,
Yeah.
so she started to vomit a lot, and she was actually just vomiting earlier tonight.
Okay. Yeah, because I was getting that with like the throat, like almost like a spasm stuff, but
Yes.
also my chest area, like I couldn't breathe.
Her oxygen has already been affected by
Right.
the collapse of her spine.
Because
Yes,
there's a pressure right there, right? Because I was
correct.
getting like a pressure. Okay. That makes sense then. Um, I can't, I would never say, she's gonna pass or you're gonna have to make that decision. I think you already know in your heart what you want to do.
I do.
Um,
I do.
and she's okay with that. Like, actually, she's thankful for that.
Yeah.
Um,
I try to let her guide me
yeah,
in a sense.
she's very much an old soul.
My daughter,
Yes.
um, that's exactly what I say, that she's an old soul in a little body.
And she does understand like everything that's going on, and she's very much like she's living in between two worlds right now. And honestly, she likes heaven better because she can run around and play
I know
and
that.
do whatever she wants to do, but at the same time, she doesn't want to leave you.
I know.
She loves you, but I feel like that at one time, like maybe in the future, she might decide to come back and be in a better body. Just to be with you and
I
have a
sort
normal
of
life.
right. So when you say that, are you saying as she'll come back as
So if she decides to go, if you guys decide to make that decision, I feel like it's possible if you have another kid, if you decide to do that, that it would be the same soul to come back and experience a normal life with her mom. If because that's
yeah.
how it comes across, is that like this isn't really a life she wants to live with you, although she loves you and she wants to be with you. She doesn't want you to have to um go through this with her anymore, I guess. Because it's not her living, I guess, is the way that it comes across.
That's correct.
Um, it's more like her just existing, but at the same time, she's not like here that much.
No,
Um,
she prefers the other side,
sh-
honestly. A lot of times, she knows when she naps or, whatever, that's where she goes. So there's been a point where I strongly feel like, you know, that she frequents there a lot, I feel like.
she does, and that's what was coming through, is that she was going in and out of her body, and she was going to spend time with Grammy. And then I kept seeing, so it's almost like they're both giving me the information.
Right.
But so she might even be there now,
So
which is
she's asleep right now, so
which is
that would make
trippy.
sense.
Is trippy because I've never done that before.
Um,
But it's almost like they're both giving me information, and that's why so much was about her, because this feels like it's a preparation.
so yeah, that 100% is validation because she's asleep right now and I've yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've never done this before. So that's why like I was struggling so much. Like I kept wanting to pick up on your mom, but your mom is there, and obviously because
But
she
she
said
comes
things.
through too, right?
Yes, they're both coming through at the same time, and they're both giving you information about all this, because your mom gave you, specific information about herself, but mostly like and said things to you, but mostly it's her coming through as she's visiting with Grammy on the other side, like they're coming through together. So it's, I guess it would be like almost connecting with someone like in a coma maybe. Sometimes
That's
when they're in a
yeah.
coma, they're on the other side, but it's almost like she's got one foot here and one foot in heaven. Um,
That's how I've felt
Like
over the
she's
past 3.
straddling, you know,
Yes,
but
yes.
she's waiting. She's waiting for you to make the decision. She already knows what your decision is. I already know what your decision is. And I have to tell you that it's the right decision.
Yeah.
And you know in your heart it is, but it's hard not to be selfish as a human because that's your baby girl. That's your daughter. But because you love her so much is why you're
Right.
making the decision that you're making. Because again, this is not her living.
That's correct. I say that all the time. It's like she longs to go to sleep because she's free on the other side.
Yep.
She can run and she can play.
And
But
now,
here she's trapped.
yep, she's trapped in a body that doesn't work.
Correct.
And that's so crazy because I just kept seeing her run in like circles, like in the grass, like with a dress on. And
Yep.
it was like more vibrant, but it didn't feel like it was earth. You know,
That's
like the
all she
more I got
wears is
into it,
dresses.
and that's why I kept picking up like 5 or 7 because that's like the age she is now. She's 7.
So she's 9 right now.
9, 5,
Yeah.
7, 9
She was
around.
7 when Grammy passed.
Okay, so she's 7 with growing past, but still, like, she looks young to me though. On the other side,
Oh, she is.
yeah.
She's only the size of like a 3-year-old right now.
But on the other side, she looks like she's about 7 years old, but a regular 7-year-old is how
Right.
I see her.
Exactly. Yes.
Is how I see her, and that's why that's why I was like having a hard time figuring out how old she was and why I was seeing her run around like because
I'm sorry.
that's okay. She kept making me think that like she was gonna be okay and blah blah blah, but it was that she's gonna be okay, but it's just
but
it's
she,
different.
she will be okay. Yes.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean it's
She'll
like
be
not
free.
like she was showing me the future, but it was like the future in heaven, not the future on earth. Like I was taking it. Like I always say it's how we perceive the information. And
Correct.
sometimes their visions, but it makes more sense because everything's vibrant around her from what I see. It doesn't really look like earth. And I kept seeing it up, even though heaven isn't really up, it's intertwines here. I kept seeing it like they make me go this way instead of like I'm seeing it like I don't know how to explain it. So I'm like I'm seeing it like on a normal plane.
Correct.
But I can hear her giggling now.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And
She's so happy when she talks about the other side.
that's because it's like you said, she's free of her body. The only thing that it's missing is you, but she can visit you anytime she wants. It's not the same, and it's not the same from your perspective, but I mean 9 years is a long time for her to live in a body that doesn't work. And
Correct.
she stuck it out for you, and she stuck it out basically for science.
Yeah.
And
And
to
I
help
feel
others in the
yes.
future.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I really feel like what they will find out from her is, again, I hear groundbreaking. So it's almost like a sacrifice that you have to make, and she understands that sacrifice that you're making. But she, like, again, I just feel all this love from you. Like you love, like your guys' bond is like this. And it's like as close as a mother and daughter can be is how it comes across.
That's right.
And she knows how special she is to you, and she hopes that you know how special you are to her. I hear you've been the best mommy. And right when I said that, it went up to yellow on my EMF. So that EMF has went up a few different times on big hits, and I've gotten chills this entire time. So your mom's saying it's going to be okay because you will be okay because you're strong, and you've kind of prepared yourself. You've known that this has been coming. So this is just amazing. It's such a gift for you. You know what I mean?
It is.
It's
It
not
truly
like
is.
having to go through all this is hard, but you were given this because you could handle it. But at the same time, it's a gift to be able to. This reading is like the most spectacular, amazing thing I've ever experienced, as far as you getting that chance to be okay with your decision through what you're being told.
Well, this is amazing to me because it's amazing because to the paranormal, for you to tell me that my daughter that's in the next room that's sleeping is also coming through to you, that's also groundbreaking for the paranormal, I feel like. Um, I'm very in tune, and
Mhm.
that's, I guess, why I'm very accepting,
Mhm.
because I know where she's going.
And I think
Um,
that's why um that she decided to come to you as a mom. Um and my EMF is going off again, is because you are open and you do understand how it works, and you're not going to be selfish about it. Like,
I say that all the time. I can't be selfish. I'm not selfish. Um,
I mean, you are an amazingly strong mom, and
Thank you.
um for everything that you've done for her, just know that you've done the best that you could possibly do. And she is thankful. I mean, she understands her purpose. Like I said, she goes to the other side all the time, and she knows what her purpose is. She knows. And she has not been completely stuck in that body, because she's kind of been free to go wherever she wants.
Oh,
Um,
it's funny you say that because yeah, she talks about going and visiting people. So
yeah.
yes.
It's like she's just, the only thing that's keeping her in her body is that cord hasn't broken yet. Um, so like I said, she's got one leg here and one leg on the other side. Um, she's like I hear like straddling, like she's straddling heaven and
Yes.
earth. Um,
But I know she's okay.
yeah,
I reassure her that it's okay. Whenever she's ready, I'm fine. I'll be
yeah.
okay.
Because I think it's not really that she's ready to go because she doesn't want to leave you. It's that her body is tired.
Her
I'm not
body's very, very tired.
I'm not sure how much more her body can take, because there's a reference to her organs that is coming in now. Um, like I said, my breathing was very labored in the beginning of this reading. Like I felt like bricks were on my chest. Um, so I think that it's messing with her breathing, and there's something about her organs that are coming in. Um, I don't know if that means. Sorry, guys, my dogs outside are doing their job. I don't know if that means like she's starting to have problems with her organs. Like I hear the word blood flow. I don't know if it's possible that some of her organs aren't getting the right blood flow. Because I don't really know, exactly about her situation. I just know bits and pieces. Does that make sense?
So as of right now, with her back collapsed, so it's already got fractures. So the next thing is, with the results we just got, her rib cage is currently sitting on her the brim of her pelvic bone. So it's pretty much she'll start to suffocate. But with like the vomiting and stuff, what's happening is all of her organs are being crushed pretty much.
Okay, so that's why I'm getting that, and the blood flow of those organs.
Yeah.
Okay. Um.
Because her rib cage is already sitting on her what they call the pelvic rim. So
Mhm.
that's why we have already seen a decrease in her O2 at times and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Okay, that makes total sense as to why my chest was so heavy. I mean, it literally, like, I couldn't take a breath.
Because they say what will happen is her pretty much her lungs will just be everything will just be crushed,
kind of
you
shut
know.
down. Yeah.
Um, she'll suffocate.
Yeah, which makes sense now as far as the struggling to breathe. I remember that came in the very beginning. I was struggling to
Yes.
breathe. Like, I felt like all this heaviness on my chest.
And I didn't know that my mom was more focused on her than
Yeah.
she was. So that's why I was like, well, that don't go with my mom.
I wasn't getting anything on your mom except for her, telling you things that she would say or, certain validations, but it's all about your daughter. Because that's what you need.
That's correct.
And there's something about her sleeping, though. I don't even know if I want to say this.
No, go ahead. I want you to say whatever you're being led
Well,
to say.
it's almost like I see her going to sleep, but not waking back up at some point.
Okay, so that would make sense
Okay.
because she's been having a lot of increased seizure activity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very well known that they can start seizing in their sleep or
Okay.
the brain, if the brain fails her, it's been known. And I've always been told that, she may just go to sleep and not wake back up, but that's peaceful to me.
Yeah. And that's how it comes across, is what could possibly happen before you have to make that decision.
I would prefer that. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's like kind of how it's coming. Like, her body feels super weak to me.
She is right now,
Like,
yes.
it doesn't feel like it can withstand any much more. Like, within a few days is the way it comes across, and I might be totally wrong on the timing on that. But it just feels like her body isn't able to, like, withstand all this pressure. I feel like her whole body is pressurized, like almost like a pressure cooker. Like, it's just so much pressure on her spine and her organs and everything. I get her organs, like, just there's so
Right,
much pressure on there, and it's stopping the blood flow.
right,
And then her heart is a reference as well, with, again, not being able to breathe.
right.
So I know all that's hard to hear. I usually don't give it unless it's given to me, but I feel like maybe they think you already know this and
I do.
you're able
I
to
do.
handle it, and you've prepared yourself for a long time. I feel like there was a moment at one time where you even asked yourself, with all the surgeries, if you were doing the right thing then, putting her through all of
Yes,
that.
yes. But I've
Um,
been where I am now for almost 7 months, and this has been the best 7 months that I've gotten with her in 9 years. So I am blessed.
And I think that's just kind of why everything happened the way that it happened, and so that you could get that 7 months. But I think that there were times where, like, is it even worth, like, putting her through all of this in the
Correct.
long run? Because I feel like you felt bad about, having to
Yes.
put her through surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery, and they're, like, major surgeries.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
but I hear the words like you did everything right, because you're doing what a mom would do, and you're trying to, you were trying to help her survive. You were hoping that, she would pull through it. So you did everything for the right reasons. And again, in the long run, it's going to make a difference as far as I feel like science and medical and everything
Correct.
goes. Um,
Correct. Yes, you're 100% spot on.
So
I'm just glad that she came through to you as well.
I am too, and actually, like, I didn't even really put it together for a while. um, I kept feeling like her mom was giving me this, but at the same time, it's like, why am I getting so much on her? It's got to be. And then once you said like hospice, I was like, oh, okay. Now it kind of makes sense. And once I saw like how she showed me she was running around, it kind of made sense after that, because she made me feel like she's gonna be okay in the future and she's gonna be running around and blah blah blah. And remember how it's how we perceive it, and it was because she is, but just not on Earth. But you needed this message um from your mom and from her. I feel it was just the right time for it because unfortunately, like I said, her body doesn't feel like it can handle that much more. And honestly, I know she needs a fusion, which is what came through, but I'm not sure if the doctors are going to want to do that.
So, that's yeah, there's not there I seen them last month in August, and um her doctor that done the 18 fusions before actually messaged me probably 4 or 5 days ago, because I had sent him the x-rays because I trust him a lot. Um he Her back was broken in 6 places, and he went in there and refused her, put rods in, and he just told me that, what I suggest is having them pretty much make her comfortable. I wish there was more I could offer you. I wish there was more something else I could give her. But at this time, it would be threatening, and it would pretty much end with death. That's what he emailed me, and that was like 4 days ago. Now, the orthopedic surgeon here has not given us an answer yet if he's willing to do anything or not. But um, he didn't tell me sort of to my face everything that was wrong, but when I read the note, he said that it could possibly end in death. So that it all makes sense.
Yeah, I just don't know if her body could go through another surgery. Like, I don't know if it's strong enough, is what it feels like. And I keep getting a reference to like before the end of the week. And again, I don't like to give timelines or say anything like that, but they keep referencing like before the end of the week something is going to happen. And that can always shift, but
Correct.
there's something about like before Friday, and I
And
don't
there's
really know
always
what
riddles.
I don't really know what it is. And like I said, because I never try to predict anything like this.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
not for us
No,
to
no,
do.
no. I
But
agree.
but I think in a way they're saying it to kind of prepare you. And I don't know, that could just be the doctor getting back to you.
Correct.
I
It
don't,
could
it could
be,
be anything.
yes, yes.
But there's something with this week that's important. But I'm not sure that, again, like her body feels very frail, and I'm not sure that they're gonna, like, if they did put her under, like, she would survive it because of her body being so weak. Is just how it comes across. Like, I keep getting like she's like just really frail and weak right now.
So when you were talking about the organs, so what's going on, and the reason why she's vomiting is because her stomach and everything is sort of being smushed right now. So sometimes she'll go 2 or 3 days and not have an appetite. Um, and her digestive system just isn't working.
Right, that makes sense. Well, I do hear that I love you. I heard that
And
very clearly.
I love them both, whoever's saying
Yeah, I believe it's her.
it.
Because before it just felt different than from your mom saying, because your mom already said it.
Well, you just let her know that I love
No,
her.
you
And
can
I'm
tell
okay.
her anything and she can hear it, whether she's asleep or not.
I
She's gonna
know.
be able to hear it. And you guys will have the same kind of bond even when she goes to the other side. You'll have that same kind of bond. Like you'll be able to feel
I
her, you'll be able
know.
to talk to her. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
won't be much different than like when she's sleeping, other than her physical body isn't there.
I know. Yeah. I've already. She'll come visit.
Yes, of course she will. You're her mom. And she loves you. Like I said, I feel like there's just such a strong bond there, such a strong soul connection. And I don't know. I hope in some way that this was helpful. Do you mind if we
100%. Yes.
Do you mind if we splice it whenever Shazam gets time and put it into its own reading?
No, that's perfectly fine. That
Okay.
I would be very thankful for that.
And then you can
actually.
download it or whatever too, so you have it.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
Okay.
And I sort of feel like maybe this was her letting you experience something maybe you had never experienced before as well.
Yep.
So a
Because
gift to you
I
as well.
really haven't. This is like the way that things were coming through, like I really thought she was going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like I really thought she was going to live and be fine. That's the way that they made it come through. And I just could not get anything on your mom. Like she just, other than, what she gave that we knew was her, like certain things she said or whatever, it was all about your daughter. And the timing of this is not a coincidence. Like I said, I was very much forced to get on tonight. You're here tonight, even though it's late. It's very much divinely. It was supposed to happen.
Correct.
It was supposed to happen for everybody involved.
Right. I agree.
And please, please, please keep in contact with me.
I will. Of course. 100%.
Either email me or Facebook me, or you can add me on Facebook.
Okay. I will.
I would love to keep in contact if you need anything. Don't hesitate to reach out, because my heart just really goes out to you. And
I'm a very private, quiet person.
right.
But I will 100%, because now you're a part of our journey. And it's funny that you used that word earlier, because that's what I always say.
Yeah.
Delilah, it's Delilah's journey. She's just leading me.
Yes, she is, very much so. This is a very big journey for everybody involved.
But thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome.
Please
keep me in contact and let me know how everything goes.
So, and Paranormal After Dark actually sent me to your channel.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Paranormal After Dark, for that. I appreciate it.
He talks very highly about you, so
Oh, that means a lot.
you've been a big blessing tonight.
Well, thank you. I just got the chills again. I got chills all night, and it's just, let me tell you, there was some chills. The dog was caught barking in the corner. The EMF was going off.
Well, the EMF, that's that lets so she has her own little EMF meter that she loves. She thinks she talks to. That's what she talks to people. I don't know if it's an EMF meter or what it
You're
is,
talking about
but
EVP. I'm talking about this thing. It gets spirit energy, and it will. I notice when I hit on big things, it will light up. So it's usually around the time if I say something that's like super important, or I get the chills or something like that, it'll light up. So there was some things like, and I said it on the video if you watch back, because I was trying to let you know, like right now it's blinking green, the second green. So that's just validation on that.
That's awesome. And I'm so glad that she was able to come through and validate that away as well.
It just went to the orange now. So
She must be traveling and visiting as we speak.
Yep.
She's probably running around. And you know, I'm okay with that. I'm glad that she gets to experience that. And I've noticed in the last few months that she does. That's her happy place. And I'm okay with that.
Well, good. I'm glad.
But
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too. I gotta go take care of these crazy things.
I'll keep in touch. Thank
All
you
right.
again.
Thank you.
All right. Good night.
All right, guys. That's tonight's live. That went a lot longer than I thought, but it was meant to be. So I'll see you guys later on in the week. Thank you, Paranormal After Dark, for coming by and for would you guys hush for coming by and for sending her here. I appreciate that. And for always talking highly of me. It's very much appreciated. I will see you guys later in the week.